You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. Che, you're in the house. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great. I'm feeling hot, feeling sweaty, but I'm feeling good.
Feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
That's right, man. That's right.
Shout out to everyone on the YouTube chat right now. Again, if you're listening back on your morning commute, I can't fault you for that. But if you got time on a Sunday evening, make sure you join us on YouTube because it goes down. The chat is big live right now. No way I can shout everybody out on there. But those of you listening, you know who you are. We're going to be interacting with you guys throughout the show. Speaking of the YouTube chat, we got one of our YouTube chat members coming on tonight to run the vaunted. Sorry, is that even a word?
I think it is, bro. You should just ran with it, bro. I'm pretty sure no one's going to call you out on that, bro. Unless Angry is in the chat.
Oh, damn. There goes Kenny using them SAT words again. By the way, I bombed my SAT. But he's coming on to run the dreaded 2-minute drill.
There you go.
That's a word we can all relate to, right? Update really quick on the Crow's Nest. Yes, we did return last week. Those of you that are still listening after some of the shit I've said the last couple months, I appreciate you. Episode 17 goes up tonight. We'll be recording that right after this is over. We dim the lights, we turn on the red lamps, and we open the windows.
Yeah.
Cool out.
Yeah.
And Polygon will be here as usual. Make sure you follow us all on Twitter at Pillaging Pod, at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, and of course at Kane MT6. Tonight's guest, I already mentioned, is Pillaging Pete. I gave him a nickname. Pete, you got your own nickname. You can't just be Pete. You're too strong for that. Then again, it's almost like a Prince thing, right?
Right.
He could be just Pete.
I mean, he could be, man. He might just be that famous, though.
Yeah.
You know?
He's that good. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out how good he is.
There you go.
Because I got some doozies for him. You already know if you're a regular listener of the show, I got to give you all fresh questions except one. Because there ain't no cheating up in here, dog.
Hell no, there's no cheating. Ain't no freebies either, dog.
Make sure you leave a review for the show wherever you listen to the show, or leave a review for our app if you've downloaded it on iOS or the Google Play Store. Reminding you, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all that. Heidi had to remind me iTunes is no longer.
It's Apple Podcasts.
It's Apple Podcasts. You know, I'm more into like the brevity thing, so I like the word iTunes. Much shorter, much quicker.
There you go.
Brevity, by the way, means brief.
That is a word.
Breaking down the vocab tonight.
Somebody wants to look up that word vaunted, though. Go ahead.
Make sure you go to OneNationFanwear.com. Just when Johnny's got some fresh gear for y'all over there. Always grinding. Shout out to Johnny, man. He was in a really bad car accident.
Yeah, man.
Che and I saw the photos.
Yeah.
I mean, bad, man. Like, actually really bad car accident. And we're really lucky that Johnny's still with us.
Yeah.
So go buy some merch, man. If not, just to support Johnny. I'm sure he can use it right now. He's still designing. He's like, dude, didn't get my design hand.
Yeah, that's what he said, right? He's like, yeah, but you know what? My design hand's still good. So,
Jesus.
So, hey, man, he's going to be laid up probably for a little while.
Uh-huh.
So, go out there, support his merch, help him out, man. And I'm sure he's going to have some bills to pay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just letting you guys know right now, if I break a hand, there's no podcast, okay? I'm milking that shit as much as I can. Shout out to DC4L Custom Tees, of course, sponsoring every single show. I got some compliments yesterday on the Felonious Fan t-shirt I was wearing out at the tailgate.
There you go.
Definitely, I think that's my favorite shirt he's done. I like that shirt a lot. That one in the You Goddamn Right shirt.
Yeah.
I like that. It just makes me smile.
As a matter of fact, man, I got to go through my laundry and find that move.
You haven't seen you wear that?
I haven't seen it in a little bit, man.
We got a lot more to cover here in the intro. Just want to kind of get you caught up on what happened over the weekend on Saturday, like our experience and all that, before we get into the meat of this. And before we get into the ever popular Che Last segment,
there you go.
And very important segment right now because it's hot. Not as hot as it was last week.
No, but we're still sweating, dog.
Still sweating.
I still got some. We're still glistening.
We got a breeze though.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you guys know the tailgate live stream has been green lit. It's been lit. Now it's been green lit. So you can tune in on YouTube. A lot of people tuned in yesterday. I appreciate that. It was a little rough to get started, but we are working out the kinks. It's preseason for everybody, man.
Yeah, man. And hopefully as soon as regular season starts, it's smooth going, man.
Yeah, we're not bringing the green screens out there. Though.
No, we're not bringing.
Yeah, we're not. We got the best backdrop money can buy out there.
Of course.
Make sure you tune in on that. The time is probably not going to be locked in. It's really based on when we get set up. So just a better reason to enable that notification reminder and subscribe to us on YouTube so you know when we go. You want that pregame show? We brought you that pregame show. Something new every year. That's our promise to you.
There you go.
But that being said, we're going to tell you about the tailgate and how it went down in case you haven't tuned in. And that show is going to be exclusive to YouTube. That will not be populating on any of your podcast servers or anything like that. It will not hit the app. It'll only be on YouTube. So if you want to hear the tailgate experience, you want to check it out, you want to interact with us, you're going to have to go to YouTube on Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays on game days.
There you go.
That's what it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
And subscribe, people.
Subscribe.
Oh, you know what time it is.
It's time for a frosty one. While he pours that out, I'm going to go through this chat. There's Pete right there, Pillaging Pete. He's already ready. I told him to be on standby. He's on standby. I didn't need to tell him that, to be fair. Alex Ortega, what's up, man? What's up, man? We were on TV, dog.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were on TV.
I mean, not just our. Oh man.
Oh, that's a foamy ass beer right
bro.
there.
It's hot in here, bro. These glasses.
Pour it slow against the edge. You know,
these.
It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Chemical reaction. So yeah, we got home and we put on the NFL Game Pass. We were watching the replay, and sure enough, as soon as that broadcast started, we see the Pillaging tailgate booth. We're like, what?
Yeah,
that was pretty exciting, man. You didn't see us in the shot because we were still setting everything up. We had some wind to contend with.
Yeah, we had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, a
lot of unexpected stuff, but we survived. We made it. We made it work.
Hey,
we got some foamy beers over here, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna keep talking.
We gotta keep the conversation going while these beers tone down a little bit, man. We got about 3/4 of a glass of foam right now.
So
we should have had some cool glasses, bro. We got to put some glasses in the freezer because that's.
Well, I didn't know you were bringing the big fancy pints.
I know.
Bro.
Well, I wasn't planning on it either, but I mean, I was
regardless.
Thinking,
so we should have them.
Yeah, we should just keep a couple in the.
We should get some nice Pillaging glasses too.
That would be nice. I'll hook
it up. You know I will. Shout out to Sammy Quasar, man. He was the tailgate MVP yesterday. He really helped with a lot of the tech setup. Having 3 tech savvy people is much better than 2. It's almost like when you have 3, it feels like you had 6. We formed like Cerberus, the 3-headed mythological beast out there, and got it done. And you and Sammy tag teamed the grill.
Yeah,
because it's preseason and I ain't see any of y'all out there, man.
Yeah, nobody came to pick up the tongs, bro.
J-Rob was supposed to come out. He had a blowout.
Oh, damn.
He wasn't the only one with car problems. Our battery was dead to start the day, and our battery was dead when we tried to leave. So we hung out a little bit longer at the tailgate. And shout out to the folks from Tulare that helped us with the jump. We had cables. Yeah. We had packed cables, but they lent us the battery.
Yeah, they helped us out, man. That was major. And I hope that you guys found your boy who was apparently roaming around Oakland since halftime.
Yeah. He might have got locked up. He probably was like one person away from getting a beer. Yeah. And got locked out, and then you know how people react, bro.
Yeah, man.
Can't blame you. What's up, Shorty V? Omar, what's up, man? Been interacting with Omar a little bit on Twitter. Solid dude. Nice picture he posted, I think it was this morning. Angria, you just showed up. I like it.
Oh, she must have caught word that she had to check some of your vocabulary, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Editor in chief right there. Raleigh Galvin, what's up, man? That's a new name. Excuse me if it's not, but it seems like a new name. Ryan Barker, man, followed us recently on Twitter too. You're going to get a shout out again at the end of the show. Of course, Heidi, big shout out to you. Kevlar Prom Dress, that's a strong name. Shorty V in the house. Raider Rich is the first person in the pool today. Yeah, man.
I'm working over here, bro. Here we go.
Strong Shepherd. I like it, man. A lot of
there
new
goes
faces.
One.
There we go. There we go.
There goes one to you.
Hey, better late than never, right?
Hey, man, I'm trying over here. This heat's just not cooperating with us.
It's all good, man.
Today, what we got, man? So we're finally getting to this Chela segment. Okay. Today, what we got is this Marin Brewing Co., and it's a blueberry flavored ale. I saw it, and it was a low alcohol percentage, and I was like, we had some chelas yesterday, so let's take it easy. Let's kick it back a notch.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe just grab a single, share it, split it, drink a lot of water in between.
Fact.
But yeah, man, I haven't seen this before. I don't, So I just thought let's try something that we haven't had before. We'll see what it is. We'll see what it's all about, man.
It's got a nice.
Here we go.
It's got a nice pungent like a smell to it.
Yeah, you can smell the blueberry.
That's really smooth. That blueberry is definitely in the background.
It's nice.
I mean,
I like it.
Blueberry doesn't have a strong flavor by itself, anyways. That's really smooth.
It's just that it's kind of more of an aromatic, more so than anything, right?
I think the blueberry is just really helping smooth out the tang of the beer, is what it's doing.
Yeah. It's good. It's not. There's not too much bite on it, man. But it's. You're drinking a beer. It's nice. I like it. I like it. Hadn't ever heard of Marin Brewing Co. So
me either.
Yeah,
nice bottle and everything. And again, it's a light beer, so the alcohol mouthfeel is not strong.
Yeah, it's a 5. It's a 5.
This is really chill. Really chill. We drank a lot of beers yesterday, man.
Yeah,
I didn't drink the same beer twice.
We had a good collection of what's been left over from the Chelas segment, dog.
So I know
packed all those in the cooler, man.
We had that Goza.
Yeah,
the Doghead, the Goza. We had
the passion fruit, New Belgium one,
which we did last week.
I
had a Pacifico.
There you go.
I had a Modelo.
There you go.
I had a Stella.
Yeah.
I had what did I have in the game? Best Coast IPA.
Best Coast IPA from Drake.
Yeah, from Drake.
Drake's and me and your boy. We had that denogonizer.
Hey, Drake Brewing Company does not fuck around. They're trying to take your head out.
Oh
with
yeah,
every
bro.
Beer.
They're trying to make sure that you get there. They're trying to make sure you get there, dog.
Big shout out to Dirt Lot Football for hooking up the tickets yesterday. Really, really appreciate that. Traveled up to Modesto Friday night to get those tickets and meet you and Michelle. Actually ran into Michelle at the game randomly, just walking to get some nachos.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She had to show up late. She was headed to a different section. And, of course, big ups to Rich, man. Rich has been in the section for years and years, and we've been able to sit with him the last few years. He's a great dude. He was there with his kid.
Yeah.
Stayed for a little bit. Real chill mood yesterday. It definitely felt preseason-like from the fan side. Yeah. But that was cool. It was mellow, man.
It was laid back. It was a good family environment. Like you said, your boy had his little mans out there, and he was he knew what he was supposed to do in different circumstances.
He did.
He'd like throw him a high five. He'd give you a high five. He'd give him that dap. He'd throw that fist out, bro. He was ready to go. He knew how to celebrate.
I was deep in them nachos, Doug.
Yeah, you were.
I was face first.
Yeah, you were. Your boy handed me his extra slice though, dog.
Of pizza.
Yeah,
he was all about that pizza.
He bought that round table deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll take that. I'll take that off your hands, though.
And we had our carne asada, where our good luck tacos, and we ate a lot. And it's when we get in, they got the nacho bar right behind us, and then the food gets into your nostrils, and it starts making you think about.
And it's carnita nachos, bro.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we inform, because some people ain't been to the stadium, though, so they don't know that those nachos. You get them there, they come with the works, and they throw carnitas on top, bro.
And they come in a half of a football bowl, which I got to keep. So $20 nachos, but hey, we got a tip jar now.
We should have asked them if there's free refills.
Yeah,
we bring that back, or 99-cent refills.
So shout out to the NFL for putting us on TV. I'll be sending a cease and desist letter next week for putting our trademark logo on your network.
Ooh, watch out.
I'm just kidding. I see the foam. It's rising like an elevator. But yeah, that was yesterday, man. We met some cool cats from Arizona.
Yeah.
They had driven up for the game.
We had a special appearance.
We did.
By your boy Lincoln Kennedy.
We did.
Prior to the recording, he stepped up and, he gave us a little acknowledgement. We appreciate that. Link came up, give us that big fist with that big AFC championship ring on there.
Right in your face.
Just bow. He gave us that dap bow. And I was like, man, my hand feels really small, man, right now. But yeah, man, that was dope. That was dope to see Link come up.
He's one of the first people actually we got to interact with. It was real early. So.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Yeah, that broadcasting must take a lot out of you, because when he goes in, he's real chipper. He's got a smile on his face, a little skip in his step. When he's coming out, he looks tired, bro.
I mean, it's a long day, bro. It's a long day. We're pretty damn tired when we come out of there too. You know what I mean? So I'm sure the man, he goes in, he puts in work, and he's ready to go home and relax once he's walking out that stadium, dog.
Somebody talking about Max Crosby's injuries right now. I think that means we need to get into this really soon. Oh, really quick, just a quick note: communication on game day. Some of y'all reached out to us during the game day, and we're trying to, conversate with us, help us out a little bit. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that very much. I want you to know a few things, though. We're very busy on game day. It's like a tight schedule. As soon as we get there, it's busting everything out. It took us 2 hours to set it all up yesterday.
Yeah, man.
And we were on top of our game. I don't feel like, we didn't really hit any snags that much. I had some extra setup to do with the video streaming and stuff, and that'll be done ahead of time next time because I know what I'm dealing with now. But we're really jammed up. We try not to use our phones a lot because we got to keep them charged just in case anything happens. So there's that. There's a lot of folks. I understand if you're trying to communicate, if you're trying to meet up with us, but also know, we're there when the gates open and we're always in the same spot. Again, thanks to Rich and his crew, Dirt Lot's family out there. We're always, A lot, suite section, row 4, end of the row. So if you're trying to meet up with us and we're not getting back to you, just head out there. Just head for those porta potties in the median. You're going to find us. You're going to see that big banner.
Yeah. We're directly located behind the Dark Side TV. They're usually up front. They get into that handicap parking, man. They like to set up in that handicap parking.
Yeah.
So if you come that way, you see they usually have like a big tent. They usually have like this big blow up with like a target, like a football target thing there.
Yeah,
you go that way, you see those guys. You already know you're right where we are at.
We're right behind them.
Yep.
We're right behind them. You can't miss us.
The DJ likes to set up across from us, man.
Yeah, it would have been cool to have a pillaging flag this year, but hey, it is what it is. That's where we're at. So if we don't get back to you, do not take it personally. We love you guys. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us. So we hope that you appreciate everything we do for you. Yeah. It is a lot of work, but it is also a lot of fun at the same time. Our hands are just tied, like literally. And we got 3 screens when we're here in the studio to get it all done. When we're out there, we got 1 screen.
Yeah, one little laptop screen.
So I'm busy swiping and clicking and all that. So, it is what it is. It's a busy day. And then by the time, last year we missed every single kickoff.
We did.
Trying to pack up. So, and then yesterday we had to man the grill ourselves, which was fun. We're not complaining, but it's just another thing that we got to do. Again, the timing is essential. And we got folks that we're trying to meet and talk to in person. When somebody's coming up and they're like, hey, I listen to the show, really excited to meet you guys, or they're asking and inquiring about the show, it's rude for me to be on my phone in front of them. I'm trying to talk. We're trying to, have face-to-face communication and all that and make connections. So we do apologize if we offended anybody, if you're trying to get a hold of us or if we're radio silent. That's it, man. We're just busy, And then we're in the game. And if you think I'm on my phone during the game, you're tripping. And I know a lot of you will blow up Twitter. A lot of you on the blog like to blow up the chat during the game. I don't know how you do it and pay attention. And you guys, I'm not not knocking you. You guys seem to be able to do both.
Right.
I don't know how you do both. I can't. I don't have a DVR. I can't do it. So, and of course, when you're at the game, you get even less of a visual.
Yeah.
And it's all about being in the moment and experiencing the emotion. So that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Che, man, he's always in the moment.
Oh, man.
Che is the moment. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Man, I enjoy myself at these games, man. This is it. This is the final year, dog. We don't know how many of these games we're going to be going to in the future. So we got to, we got to enjoy it while it lasts.
It's the final countdown.
Yeah, that's it, dog. So, preseason's usually like a little slow warm-up.
Yeah.
Right? So, we were kind of mundane yesterday. If you were sitting around us and you looked over at the crew, the pillaging crew, we were kind of toned down.
We're chill.
We're cheering, but we weren't like full throttle, bro. Wait for regular season to come around.
My favorite time is
things gonna change.
Is after the game where we get to make a little money back selling some beers. No. we just like to catch everyone coming out of the stadium. We get to talk to a lot of people being on the end parking spot right there. By the way, speaking of parking, shout out to the parking crew. You came in hot. You came at us hot.
Yeah.
And then you peeled back and it was all love. So hopefully those pillaging shirts will get us that extra spot next time for our booth. But we made it work and we love you guys and we love the Oakland Police Department, Alameda Police Department out there doing a good job. We got to chop it up with them.
Yeah, we chopped it up, man. Good peeps, man. Everybody was out there for the same reasons, man. Appreciation of the Raiders, wanting to be around the fans. But we definitely appreciate that group of police officers that was out there making sure that things were being kept peaceful.
Yeah.
Those people are very important, especially in today's atmospheres with the current happenings that have gone around across the country, right? So,
and we saw like 4 people get arrested at the same time, and that was it.
Yeah.
So pretty chill, pretty chill, man. Unfortunately, all Raiders fans. Unfortunately,
they were going at each other.
Rams fans though, they got it easy. They look like security with them colors on. They look like security.
They look like they work for IKEA, dog.
You all a bunch of narcos. Bunch of narcs. All right, let's get into it, brother.
Let's do it.
Raiders versus Rams recap. Overall, eye test, phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the crispest, sharpest looking preseason games I've ever seen. I won't say necessarily on both sides of the ball. I was really watching the Raiders, man. But we look prepared. I don't have it right here. Let me see on the team stats. Yeah, they're not listening. I feel like it was like 3 or 4 penalties for the entire game. Real clean, real disciplined.
Yeah.
Real fast, real quick to the ball.
There wasn't too many of those mental mistakes that you were like, damn it, that you could even remember them. So I think that's the point that we're trying to make, right? Like, we don't know what the exact tally was on the penalties, but you knew that there was not a whole lot of bonehead plays out there that made you go like, really? This again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a good sign, man. You could tell that they're disciplined. They're being coached up well, man.
It wasn't sloppy at all. It was a real tight game. It looked really nice. The coaching staff has everyone prepared. Multiple players talking about, these year 2 players, year 2 in the system, things are coming along a lot faster. Those of you that watch Hard Knocks know the entire playbook was installed week 1. These are good things. These are signs that things are amping up and we're evolving as a team together. And the rookies, they're rising to the occasion. They got a lot of playing time. So we're going to break down the team stats right now. We're just going to run through them for those of you that haven't checked them out yet. And then we'll get into it on a player-by-player basis. It's going to be a long show, Che.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to enjoy every minute of it.
There you go.
Except this heat. Total yards on the game, 190 yards for the Rams, 407 yards for the Oakland Raiders. That's a lot of yards even for the preseason. 258 by air for the Silver and Black and 149 by ground for the Oakland Raiders. Not too shabby, man.
No, not at all, man.
Chunk yardage, too.
Yeah. We had some good big plays, man.
And again, we're going to break it down, so hold on to your seats because I might trigger you right now. But what I really liked from Mike Glennon, I said it. What I really liked from Mike Glennon was him hitting players at every level of the offense.
Yeah.
Intermediate, short.
It's a good call.
And deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And players going up and locating and high pointing balls. That was really nice. And again, we're going to get into that more specifically in a minute. No fumbles in the game. We did have 2 turnovers by, that's right, Mike Glennon. Neck Glennon. Big net. Raiders quarterbacks were sacked twice. We got to the quarterback once. Shout out to Arden Key.
Yeah, shout out Arden Key.
Third down efficiency. Oakland was 42%. Man, that's a big leap from the last year. I mean, it's only preseason, but I'm just saying. These are the situational things you work on in these live scrimmages, right?
Yep.
Time of possession on the game is 24 minutes and 33 seconds for the Rams, and the remainder of that, 35 minutes and 27 seconds for your Oakland Raiders. Oh, here it is. I was way off, bro. The Raiders had 11 penalties, though. It did not feel like that,
It
though.
didn't.
No.
It didn't. Because you know what? You remember the penalties when they completely destroy drives or when they give additional opportunities to the opposing team, right? So, I mean, we just went through the game again. We saw it, in condensed version, and obviously we were there live at the stadium. So I don't really remember, seeing too many of those penalties, though.
Alex Ortega said you look like you're being interviewed like cocaine on Menace to Society, straight sweating. Oh, yeah, by the way, when I said it wasn't as hot in here today, I lied. I'm starting to pool up over here a little bit.
It's warming up, dog. It's warming up.
Might slide out of my chair. When we hit the break, we're going to open these blinds. The sun is set, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Watts Raider? But yeah, and subtract one of those penalties because it was an intentional penalty to get a little more yardage for the punter.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true.
The punters, man, we got to talk about that too. So let's get into it, man. Start off with maybe not the biggest quick hit we got, but Curtis Riley got a long look through the night. Curtis Riley started all 16 games for the Giants last year, was said to be pushing Cujo for the starting spot.
Right.
I think the fact that we didn't see Cujo all night means that Curtis Riley will not be getting that starting spot. But looks steady in there.
Yeah.
Definitely looks steady in there.
Yeah.
And we said this right after the draft, right? We you and I said this, and I think it was you that brought it up, is that there's depth on, and Kane even mentioned this. He underlined the statement is there's depth in this team. Players that we were relying on last year, not all of them, but a good majority of them are now depth for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. You had players that got a lot of experience and playing time last year. Don't have to rely on them. You got better talent above them, and you got fallbacks behind that are going to be sturdy.
Yeah.
Right. Not the biggest playmakers on your squad, but folks that aren't extreme liabilities. So shout out to Curtis Riley for taking those snaps and getting himself some action there in the preseason. J.J. Nelson, Ryan Grant, and Keon Hatcher standouts in the wide receiver group, and that's a deep wide receiver group.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think about the wide receiver play?
It's gonna. What I thought immediately was it's gonna be hard for some of these guys to make this squad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that were out there making plays, bro. You know, like you said, J.J. Nelson, right off the bat, right down the right side, he caught that ball over the top. That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to high point it and hold on to it with the defender in between him and the ball, like that was nice. And then your boy Ryan Grant also had a couple moments like that. A couple, high getting up in the air, doing a little acrobatic catches and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see who makes the final 53, bro, because there's a lot of receiving talent on this team.
Yeah.
Keon Hatcher, we hadn't even talked about him all offseason, bro.
He was doing work over the middle, dog.
We hadn't even talked about him all offseason, and he's in there getting his reps, and he's trying to impress the team and give them reasons to keep him around.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about it, too. Who are the guys that are locks? We already know Williams is going to be there.
Williams will be there.
We already know AB's going to be there. Yes, I said it. He's going to be there.
And we'll talk about that.
Okay. And your boy is going to be returning punts and kicks.
Dwayne Harris.
Harris is not good. I feel like he's a lock because of his special teams purposes, right? So
and Hunter Renfrow is going to be there.
And Hunter Renfrow was out there, right? So Hunter Renfrow was still out there running as the slot receiver. So, I feel like that was the kind of theme for the night, for the game, was rookies, regardless if you're supposed to be a starter, they were all out there. The rookies were out there. They were getting their reps in because they haven't yet gotten to the point where the vets are.
And then you got decisions to make. They want J.J. Nelson on the squad. He's been lighting it up in training camp. He showed you what he had in the preseason. I want to say he's a lock. And after that, you got Ryan Grant, who played for Jay Gruden in Washington. John and Jay both really high on this dude. Again, you got Keon Hatcher in there. It's a long list, man.
So how many receivers do we carry? That's the question.
All of them, bro.
15 receivers.
Yeah.
15 receivers, man. We carry 15. That's the thing, man. I think it's going to be really tough to cut some of these guys. But that's what's going to happen. And the sad thing about it is because we're so deep, some of those guys are going to end up at another team. They're not going to go to the practice squad. They're not going to, you know what I mean? They're not going to end up on the practice squad waiting for their turn next year or for somebody to go down with an injury.
Yeah.
They're going to end up on another squad, and we're going to be like, damn, why didn't we keep that guy? Well, because we're deep at that position, man.
Especially, like you said, they're going to end up somewhere else. If they keep flashing like this, it's quiet for you as a Raider.
Yeah.
But that's a good problem to have, no?
Hey, I'm not complaining.
Right.
But I'm liking some of these guys, so it's gonna be, it's gonna be hard to see some of them go.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully you do something. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say, hopefully you do something stupid next game, and we can be like, get that. Nah, man, you guys keep performing, man. That was nice to see, man, and that just gives us even higher hopes for when those big names are out there, right? When Carr's out there slinging the ball to Williams and AB and Renfrow and whoever the third, the fourth, or maybe even fifth receiver are that are mixing in there. That's going to be, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I got a hot take for you.
There you go. Here we go.
Your leading wide receiver this year?
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
It's perfect?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's the hottest take I've ever heard, dog.
I hit the wrong button, all right? On the crow's nest, that's the color. It's an orange. All right, hot take. Your leading wide receiver this year? It's Tyrell Williams, bro.
Yeah. You know what, man? That might be a hot take.
It's like a lukewarm take.
But I don't think that's that crazy to think that he'd be leading the team in receiving, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a big season. I think he's gonna be up there with. It's not to say that AB's not gonna get his numbers, but I definitely see him putting up some big numbers alongside him, bro. So I like that. I like that take. That take.
Here's a hot take. Your leading wide receiver this year? DeMornay Pearson-L, number 9. Hot. That's a fucking white hot take right there. Nah, it ain't him.
Nah, bro, you're on something if you're making that take.
You know that's a joke.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, man, so we feel sorry for that guy. He had a couple plays later, but he had a rough game, dog. He had a rough game, and we were like, why is that guy back there? Why is that guy returning punts, man? He does not look comfortable back there. But you made the point.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we going to get Harris injured, bro? Like, let him chill. Let him chill and let this guy,
Let the Mornay rock, bro.
Yeah, let him get out there, bro.
Get it, dog. That's why you got AJ Cole kicking balls off, because Daniel Carlson, you don't need him pulling a hand.
No.
By the way, you don't need.
But it's good to know that you have a backup kicker in your starting punter. Oh, hot take.
Oh, that's right.
You like that one? I snuck that one in there.
I
bro.
like that. Hey, Townsend, you've been on notice. That seat is hot.
All last season, bro, you were on notice.
So we don't need to talk about who we think the starting punter is going to be, because we're in lockstep. But we may ask Kane later. Farrell, man, Cleveland Farrell, or according to the TV broadcast, Cleveland Farrell. Curl, get in the house, Farrell. Cleveland Farrell was quiet all night, but free of mistakes. He had a nice third down stop. We saw that.
Yep.
Change of direction, some good alertness, turn the head, get back, and shut it down.
And we saw him they mixed him up, man.
They did.
People were just, they're expecting him to be the big defensive end pressuring the quarterback, but they had him inside. They had him, you called it the NASCAR package. They had him on the inside and Key on the edge. So that's just a little look into the future, what you're going to see. They're not going to just keep Farrell out on the edge and ask him to just get a sack, bro. Yeah. He's gonna contribute to this defense in a lot of different ways.
NASCAR package this year, the nickel package, the pass rushing defensive line. Mm-hmm. I would like to see Arden Key, Cleveland Farrell, Maurice Hurst, and Max Crosby. Yeah.
That's a good package.
That's better than boner pills, man.
That's a lot of speed, bro. That's a lot of speed, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll call that the blue pill package. How about that? You like that?
Blue pill package.
That gets me excited. But yeah, man, he looked good. Quick change of direction, closing speed, heads up play. He's got them heavy mitts on him. He likes to push people around. He's got a lot of work to do. He said it himself. He's excited that he's got room to grow, though. He's like, I got a high ceiling. That's basically what he said. I got a lot of work to do, but he had confidence that he can get there. So let's watch this kid grow. I'm going to caution you guys now, because Che brought this up before the show. Everyone's going to be really hard on Farrell if he doesn't get a sack game 1, game 2, game 3, all that. And I already say it because there's going to be the people on Twitter and everywhere else, on his case about that. Then the response is going to be, Mac didn't have a sack for the first what was it, like 8 games or something.
Right.
So there's going to be that. I'm just going to tell you, don't compare him to Mac. He's a different type of player than Mac, and don't put the kind of pressure on him. He just played his first NFL game yesterday.
Right.
What did I see? I saw a very well-conditioned player. I saw a guy that can move all the way up and down the line. I saw a kid after the game in the press conference, great head on his shoulders, great speaker, smart dude, knows what he has to do, knows what kind of work has to put in. That's all you're asking for your rookies.
Right. Show
up, play hard, keep your head on your shoulders, study the playbook, and get after it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Cleveland's going to do. Furl. Hurst had an efficient game. 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss.
There you go.
Mo Hurst may not have even been in there. Well, now he probably would have got time, at least a little bit in the first half. But that DT position right now kind of decimated. You got a lot of players hurt. Yeah. Again, and that's why John said you saw Farrell in there to begin with at DT. But make no mistake, he's going to be pushed inside at times. He's just, you got to play with versatility. Use that versatility. Another guy got more time than probably expected, Arden Key.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Key's play, bro?
I liked it. You know what caught my eye was his change of direction once he's got the edge on the tackle. So last year we saw that Key has the ability to get by people. He's got a lot of speed, so he should be, right? But it was a lot of wide, rounded edges.
Yeah.
And this year, I think one of the biggest things that he's improved on is he's getting past that tackle, and then he's cutting that shit flat, and he's getting back to the inside. And you saw him do that. He's by him, and then before you know it, he's in front of him and cutting across back towards the quarterback. So I think Buck has had a big impact on these guys as far as their moves and what they should be doing to try to increase their impact on the game as far as getting sacks or tackles for loss, whatever it may be. Yeah. So I liked it, bro. I like to see it out there because everybody was negative on him last year, right? People were like, oh, Key didn't really do much. He didn't really get there, all that kind of stuff. So we want to see him performing, even if it's preseason, so he could start building up that confidence. And then we want to see the same come come the first game of the season. So, he's got 1 sack on the season. It's a preseason game, but he's got 1.
Count it.
Okay. So let's see how many more you can add to that total, bro.
I think he knows how close he was last year, and that's in his head. So he's got goals, and he seems focused. And it's, despite putting on the weight, which he needed to do, right? And it was not a bad thing. He added the weight. He looks as fast as ever.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing too is that he, he's still more of the lanky type, but you could see that he's holding his own a little bit better too against some of those big offensive linemen. So I look forward to seeing more of that.
I got sweat trickling down.
Yeah, I got some dripping down my beard, I think, bro.
It's a good thing we're not wearing pants. We're sitting on ice blocks and bath towels right now. Feels good, man.
It's a sweat house right here, bro. So when saunas, you're lucky we got shirts on right now.
I can't feel my thighs. I just saw an old man walk by with the bath towel. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Shout out to you, Harold. Group chat's talking about him right now, so we might as well do the same. Jonathan Abram.
There you go.
Abram.
There you go.
Abram.
Yeah, correct that.
As Stakanova said, save the S for words like Salmon. Right? Abram played a bit in the first quarter, flashed to the ball as advertised. One particular play early on, Abram forces a rusher back inside to Kabinda, doesn't make the tackle, but does a great job setting the edge, keeping his assignment, and not getting over his skis.
Yeah.
I think his reputation as a big hitter, it's good, but it's also pigeonholing him as a player. KJ had a reputation as a big hitter, and I think we've seen it, and the knock on him was like, well, he's always looking for the big hit. Now, that's not entirely true either,
right?
But I think you said it best, so I don't want to steal your thunder. Is he always looking for the big hit, or what is it that he is looking for?
No, I think the nice surprise to many is that he's not just looking for the big hit. He's looking to make a play. Okay, and so we all know that making a play, it could be different every single time you're out there, right? Maybe for one series, the big play is make the big hit. Okay, maybe it's a play on the ball, or maybe it's just stay in your zone and not get beat. You know what I mean? So I think he's trying to be as versatile a player as he can be. We see he's got the speed to get back into coverage if he does get beat or whatever it may be, or if he's covering an area and then he sees a guy get by and then he gets back into defensive coverage. So I just think he's out there trying to make a play. He's trying to help this defense be better, man. And so that's the kind of play we want to see from this defense, bro.
Absolutely.
We want to see all our guys doing that. Not out there trying to like show off or like show that they're this big tough guy. Okay, you use what you got, but you also make the plays that are necessary, not that you think are gonna put all the eyes on you or the cameras on you or everyone talking about you, right?
Thank you.
Sometimes it's just a simple play that's the big play.
That's it. Sometimes you don't even touch a player, but you're making somebody else get there. So AFC West opponents, all right, Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, got a lot of playmakers on those teams. Abram is going to be in play with all of them, okay? Mm-hmm. Who's the one guy you want to see him blow up? Travis Kelce. I think I said that a while ago, too. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I want to see him late. I want to see him put a big hit on Kelce, right?
Yeah.
But I also want to see him make some big plays.
Yeah.
That ain't necessarily big hits against Kelce. That could be just sticking with him in coverage and not allowing him to get, all them yards that he's used to getting against us, man.
Frustrate him. Get all up in his bread box. Get inside the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make him uncomfortable, man.
Big hit in the first quarter.
That's it. You start off with the big hit, and then you make plays.
Yeah.
Right? Then you make the big plays, bro.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
That one wasn't a mistake.
No, that was right on. The other thing I want to say about Abram since the Hard Knocks episode aired, and I'm guilty of this is why I'm saying it. I'm going to preface this by saying, have your opinions. Be opinionated. That's the beautiful thing about sports is we could be opinionated and there's really no backlash. It's not like politics or religion or anything like that. You can come to the table with a strong opinion. That's the fun thing about being a fan.
Right.
But be open to changing your mind.
Absolutely.
And so I changed my mind on Abram. I never said I didn't like the guy. He just grated on me on that episode. It was funny until it wasn't funny anymore. And I was kind of getting annoyed with them. I seen maybe Carr was lightweight annoyed with them at that dinner scene. But after watching his mic'd up, after watching his post-Rams practice press conference, and after watching actually him in a live scrimmage, I got to say this, man. Abram, those scenes were cherry picked.
Yeah.
He's got a mouth on him. He can talk. He thinks he's funny, and he is, and that's good. But I've also seen that he can flip the switch. He's all business on the field. He communicates really well with his defense, holds everybody around him accountable, and does not carry himself like a rookie player at all. Not at all. In his press conference, he was very direct and very serious and just communicated really well. Very, very well-spoken individual. So I think we got something here in Abram, man.
No, I agree, man. And I was the person that was on the opposite side, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I think that motherfucker's funny. I think he's funny, but I also thought that there was a lot of selection when it came to those scenes. Okay, they mic'd him up for a reason. He's a rookie. I think they've decided he's the rookie they're following, right? The guy that's supposed to make the team that they're following, right? He's got a sense of humor. He's got a mouth on him. He likes to talk. So they're going to make sure that they include as many of those scenes as possible.
It's entertaining.
So, yeah, it's entertainment, bro. We're watching television, right?
Watching HBO.
Okay? So you see that's what I got from it. I didn't feel like this guy was just like he was being like over the top or he's being insulting towards people. I just thought he's a funny guy, and they caught moments where that humor maybe it's not everyone's type of humor, right? Because we're all different. We all have different types of senses, or different senses of humor. But for me, it was right up my alley. I was like, I know a lot of people like this, so I can relate.
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad at him. I thought he was cool as far as I was concerned. And then, like you said, I think it's just a matter of time where people start to see all of who Abram actually is, dog. So you're gonna see him in interviews. You're gonna see him conduct himself in a really professional manner. But on top of that, if you go and you look at the clips, this guy is one of the last guys to leave the field. He's putting in extra work. You see him at the jugs machine doing extra drills and stuff like that after practice. So that just goes to show you exactly what Mayock and Gruden were saying about these selections in this year's draft. These guys are leaders. These guys are professionals. These guys conduct themselves in a positive manner. They're looking to be positive influences on this team. And everything that I've seen from them so far is exactly that. So I'm not mad at him one bit, man.
Not at all.
Be funny when you're supposed to be funny, and do work when you're supposed to do work.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I liked it. He does all the little things, too. Again, getting guys lined up, communicating well, setting his feet, getting his hips squared out, not over-pursuing. Even like the little rips at the end of the play, trying to get the ball out. You see some of that.
Yeah.
So I like that. Abram, man, he's a star. A lot of people said Josh Jacobs, Offensive Player of the Year. Hey, man, maybe Abram has a chance to push for DPOY, too. Or, rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
You never know, bro.
What have you?
You never know, bro.
Another youngster that's been on the lips of many is Max Crosby. Very, very fast. As fast as advertised. He was flashing. He was around the ball early and often during this game. This wasn't stopping a lot at the line. In fact, we saw him in pursuit a lot. Saw him turning around a lot. So Max got to do a better job at not overreacting and making quicker decisions and being more alert and more aware. But again, we saw the effort. It showed up on the screen yesterday, showed up on the field. I like Max Crosby. I like him right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he can make the cut and come in and be a rotational player.
I like him too. And, on the field, when I saw him get out there, I was like, wait a minute. The talk has always been about this guy putting on a little bit more size, a little bit more strength. He's a big dude. Let's not forget that he's actually an NFL player. He's a big dude. I think the added strength is gonna just make him that much more impactful, man.
I agree.
Because he was you saw that motor. There was no quit on any of the plays that he was in.
Nope.
Especially like I think he might have gotten a little overzealous and he hit the quarterback a little on the late side when he was pursuing. Yeah. He just threw that arm out there. He threw that fucking WWE fucking clothesline. Ha!
He was thirsty for that.
He wanted that hit, bro. He wanted that hit. So you know this guy's gonna put in work, man. I like that. Mad Max. He's living up to that name, Mad Max.
He definitely is. And about the hand injury, I see some people were concerned in the chat and on Twitter. He injured his hand fairly early in that game and came back and played with the cast on it. So
yeah,
they're gonna put the old stump on there, and he's gonna play.
And he's gonna use it like a club.
Yeah,
bro.
he is.
So that's a weapon right there.
That's a weapon. He's all, thank you. You just did me a favor. Thank you very much. Trayvon Mullen, rookie corner for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Had a good game. Again, quiet, shut down his receiver often.
Mm-hmm.
And
got a deflection, right? He got a deflection?
Yeah, got a deflection and knocked the ball loose.
Yeah.
Broke up a pass right there. And I can't remember. I sent him an email today because he's doing good work. But over on Silver and Black Pride, they're doing film cut-ups. And the gentleman that handles that over there did a good job with Mullen. He was showing how, Mullen's knock was that he's a press corner and struggles coming back to ball or playing off the ball. And on that pass breakup, I would say, or I wouldn't even call it a breakup. He knocked the ball loose on the tackle. Yeah. He was playing off ball and came back to make that hit. So Trayvon Mullen, just an honorable mention, thought he had a really good game. And again, not showing up in the highlight reel, but some of the good corners just don't. A good corner is a quiet corner. Mm-hmm. A good corner is a corner that's not drawing laundry. Mm-hmm. A good corner is not on the bad side of the highlight reel.
Absolutely.
A good corner keeps it real quiet.
Yeah.
So we like that. Yeah. Trayvon Mullen, do not go unnoticed. Fans, pay attention, be on alert. Mullen's a good player, too. This rookie class looking really good after one game in the preseason.
I like it, dog. I like it.
Hopefully it continues, man.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Washington and James Butler getting the majority of the carries on the night. Mac Brown, too. Actually, Mac Brown and Butler had about the same amount of carries. But DeAndre got a lot of looks. We knew we weren't going to see Doug Martin. We don't need to watch him. And Josh Jacobs, wanted to see him. We mentioned him during the tailgate that we would have really liked to see him. But after not seeing him, it makes a lot of sense. If he's already penciled in as a starter, why play him in the preseason?
Right.
If he's going to be the best kept secret right now, then keep him under bubble wrap.
Right.
Preseasons are just a liability in general. And also hearing that Josh Jacobs got a lot of reps during those joint practices with the Rams. So John keeping him fresh, but he did mention in the post-game presser that we will be seeing a little bit of Jacobs at least next week. Let's hope it's impactful. But you guys know, the Pillaging Podcast, we love some DeAndre Washington. Do we not?
That's right, man. Hey, man, whenever D-Wash can get out there and be productive, we ain't ever mad at him, bro.
Nah.
We ain't ever mad at him. I know you've been on his side. You've been wanting to see him out there get some production in, since the moment he got here. Mm-hmm. You've been a big fan of his from the moment he got here. And we were talking about it, right? We're talking about, he was supposed to be, I think he was supposed to be that guy that was kind of like, the dual threat behind our starting running back. But at that time it was Murray, right?
Yeah, Latavius, yeah.
But the big unknown was Rashard. Who was to know that Rashard was going to be this undrafted kid that came in and was able to do what he did in 2016, right? So,
starting game one against the Saints.
Yeah.
And they both had a good game, but Rashard,
flashed. He flashed, right? He definitely jumped off the screen. So, so I can sympathize too with the dude. I don't know that a lot of his lack of production or lack of carries or touches has actually been his fault. It's just that there's some other guys that could do some stuff that maybe they just want, So we'll see what happens.
And John even said it again in the post-game presser. He wanted to get a good look at DeAndre because he was injured all last season. So we didn't really know too much the details of his injury, but it sounds like that was a big reason why.
Yeah.
But this, just like the wide receiver grouping, this is a personnel group, is deep in competition. How many running backs do you really carry? Typically like 3, right?
Yeah.
So you already got Jacobs. He ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
Doug Martin may be on notice. Maybe Washington's pushing for Doug's spot.
I don't know.
I don't think Mac Brown's going to be the dude. I don't really think Butler's going to be the dude. Not when you got Rashard, Washington, and Doug also in there. Yeah. So
no, I mean, let's be real. Those guys that were in there last after D-Wash kind of came out the game, those guys are looking for spots on another team.
Yeah,
that's what they're out there doing. I think you can pretty much say there's going to be 3 spots. I don't know if Gruden has plans of carrying 4. running backs and a fullback. You know, that's a lot of backs. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see who's the guy, still standing, because I think that's the question, right? It's going to be Doug Martin, D. Wash. Who's the guy? Who's that guy?
I'm also actually not super convinced it will be Doug Martin.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
that's
though,
what you said. Okay.
I don't know that it's necessarily like Doug Martin's a lock on this team. I think the locks are Josh Jacobs and Jalen Richard.
Yeah.
I think those are our locks. For sure, those guys are going to come back.
They didn't dress out for those reasons. Doug Martin doesn't dress out because we saw him all last year. He's a veteran. You know what he can do. You know what he is. No reason to dress him out. And so it's really, it's between Martin and it's between Washington for that last spot, I think. You know what I mean? That's a good battle. And you mentioned the fullback, a small personnel group, but a really intense battle. Yeah. You got the vet Keith Smith, who was quiet last year. I wish we never got rid of Olawale. I thought he could have done.
You did say that. You did say that.
But here we got Alec Ingold, and maybe he's cut from the Richie mold. He had 4 receptions last night, I think, for like 22 yards.
Yeah.
So, and Ingold saw a lot of time last night. So again, he seems to be another like grinder type dude.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting, because I was excited about. I'm old school, man.
Yeah.
I romanticize that fullback position. And as a Raider fan, how could you not? We've had some of the greatest fullbacks to play the game. We really have.
We have.
So I want to see Gruden resurrect that fullback position and show us why that's an important position in the NFL and why it can still, exist this year. Or not this year, but in this generation of these spread offenses and these, high-flying attacks and stuff.
Yeah.
But Ingold, man, you need a guy back there to pick up blitzes, and you need his little safety valve here and there. Bring back the pro set, dog.
Yeah. There you go.
What's another position group? The quarterback. Yeah. So as you guys know,
am I gonna get this hot take?
Hot take. Nathan Peterman is coming for that gold jacket. That's right. Hot take. Number 2.
Hold on. Let me reset this.
Nathan Peterman is a new Chris Warren III. What? Y'all are real big on Peterman right now. I get it. He had a really, what was that, like a 56-yard run, 50-yard run, something like that.
50-yard run.
Follows up with like a little 3-yard quick slant for a touchdown. Doesn't throw a pick as opposed to Mike Glennon, who threw 2 picks, and that's a big knock against Glennon. I get that. But let's look at their past, man. Mike Glennon, he had a little win streak going with the Chicago Bears. Nathan Peterman struggled in Buffalo. Yeah. He was a laughingstock coming into this team. I know you guys like to see a reclamation project, but all of a sudden, man, Peterman is so popular, dog. Yeah. Let's not forget he was in there in the second half of the first preseason game. He should look good, goddammit.
Right?
He should look good.
If you're a former, number 1 guy, you're supposed to be the starting quarterback. You should probably do work against that 3rd, 4th string group out there, though.
And y'all are real confident in Peterman. Look, if Peterman was that confident in himself, he would have slid at the end of that run. The fact that he didn't tells me he's fighting hard for his spot. That's a good point right there. People are not going to like this, but I thought Glennon actually had the better game. He didn't have the big flashy highlight, but I thought he managed the offense well. Yeah, he threw 2 picks. The second pick, I'm not going to say it wasn't his fault. That was a bad throw. The corner was camping out. The corner still made a nice jump and play on the ball.
Yeah.
That first pick was all Glennon's fault. He called himself out post-game. He said he wanted to call a timeout right there and didn't. Probably should have. Burn it. It's the preseason. Get some practice in. Call the timeout.
Get yelled at by Gruden and then deal with that afterwards.
But also, get yelled at, but also let the coach know I wasn't comfortable. I saw something that wasn't right. I wanted to change the play that was installed. I ran out of time.
Right.
While that might be frustrating to a coach, it also shows some responsibility on the part of the quarterback. So, Glennon, that is on you. It was a terrible pass. That zone was flooded with the defenders.
Oh, yeah. There was too many defenders there, though.
You had no business throwing the ball there. Saw him throw a ball away at the right time. I like that. It was a 3rd down play, but you had nothing there. Don't force it. He did just that. Not quite the mobility Peterman has, but he stayed in the pocket. He was poised. Shout out to the line going against the 2s, but the 2s against the 2s. Hey, equity.
Yeah.
Thought the line held up well. Thought Kirkland did well. Cotton did his little thing there in the second half. Not too bad considering where we are.
Right.
And valuable time for those linemen. But I'm getting off topic, Jay. Is Nathan Peterman going to the Hall of Fame? No. Yes, right? Yes.
No.
And who's inducting him?
No. Chris Warren III.
That's right. That's right.
Hot take.
You goddamn right. As my brother Jay would say.
Gold jackets all around, baby.
So I'm not writing in ink either one of them at the number 2 position. You're entitled to your opinion at Peterman. Hey, it's the first preseason game. It's early. They both played pretty well for backup quarterbacks going into it. I thought they both played pretty tight.
Wasn't bad. Hey, listen, this is the other point that I wanted to make. So a lot of people were like, oh, no, Nathan Peterman, he outplayed Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon, he did throw the 2 picks, but they were on drives. They were progressing down the field. That last one was, I want to say, was within the 30, right? Like somewhere within the 30, 20, right around there. So they were driving the ball down the field when Glennon was in. So yeah, 2 picks, turnovers, changes direction, right? But who's to say if that doesn't happen, we don't get a couple more scores, right? So the fact that Peterman didn't throw the ball away, but we only got 1 touchdown on the board against thirds and fourths or whoever's out there, yeah. And slow your roll.
And let me not be too nice to Nick Glennon, the big neck.
Nick Glennon.
It was very obvious to me. Nick was really staring down half the field. I feel like they cut the field in half, where he cut it in half for himself. I didn't see his head swiveling too much. He had a couple really nice hard fakes though, and got the ball out to his secondary option, and that wind up, that release.
Yeah.
It's real awkward, bro.
It's real rounded.
Yeah,
it's kind of rounded, bro. That's kind of what I noticed about it.
But hey,
I have a suggestion too. I had a suggestion last night.
Okay,
when we were watching that.
Yeah,
I wear I wear ankle braces as a way to not get injured.
Okay,
they're precautionary
measures.
Glenn, you might look into a neck brace, bro. Just want to make sure you don't end up like a Pez dispenser, dog. I want to make sure you stay healthy, you stay clear of injury to that neck.
Coming off the sideline and snapping that neck brace on. Let's go, boys.
That's real exposed right there, bro.
Let's get to work.
You just. I didn't see you.
He got the cheat sheet on the inside of it. Like, hold on real quick.
It's like a fucking turtleneck.
But yeah, I mean, I thought both quarterbacks actually looked relatively comfortable. So it was actually reassuring that both of them looked pretty decent. These guys are our backups, and let's just hope that this is the last time we really have to talk about Nathan Peterman and Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
I mean, if all goes well, we don't have to worry about these guys at all.
Yeah.
So that's that. Last position battle we really want to talk about. And we kind of already mentioned it, so this will be real quick. AJ Cole versus Johnny Townsend, man. Let's look at their numbers, man. AJ had 4 punts. Johnny had 3. They both really close on average. AJ 43, Johnny 42. But AJ had 2 inside the 20. And I thought it was his location that made him stand out.
Yeah.
Johnny Townsend's location, to me, tell me if I'm wrong, very unpredictable.
Yeah. So you read those numbers. You have AJ Cole, who had, was that 4 punts?
4 for AJ, yeah.
4 punts for an average of 43? Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's the 2 for? What's the 2?
2 inside the 20.
2 inside the 20, right? So an average of 43, and you had Johnny Townsend with 3 with an average of 42.3. But look at the long. Townsend had 1 punt for 55 yards, right? Mm-hmm. What does that tell you about the other 2? To get his average to 42.
You're doing some real math over there, dog.
Yeah.
I like
the other 2 were garbage punts.
Uh-huh.
So I believe there was a couple where we might have punted from around the 50, 40-something yard line, and he had balls landing at like the 25.
Yes.
And maybe further up, bro. That's not okay, dog. Like, I'm sorry, man. No. I'm gonna give the nod to Cole just because there's too much consistency with you, Townsend, and that's that the ball's gonna fall short, bro.
And he can kick off.
It's gonna be fucking between 30 and 40 yards, maybe. Like that's not okay.
No. Shout out to number 6.
Nah.
One more quick hit for us. We got to get into this. We talked about on the tailgate, but some of y'all maybe didn't tune into that, and it's the hot topic right now. The Antonio Brown saga continues. Thoughts on the AB's helmet issue, man? What do you think? Should we be concerned?
I'm not concerned, man.
I'm not concerned at all.
No. It's a lot of hype around this shit. A lot of people want to use this as another way of bad-mouthing AB and, he's this guy. He's prima donna that. He's horrible. Look, he's going to take down this team. There's a lot of hatred going out right now. Some from our own fans, unfortunately. But I think he's making a point, bro.
It's a leverage play.
It's a leverage play. It's making a point. More than anything, I'm going to make a point that the NFL lets shit slide for certain players.
Mm-hmm.
And for certain players...
Tom Brady.
Yeah. Your boy Tom Brady did this already, guys. But nobody's talking about that shit, okay? Tom Brady had to move into a new helmet because of the same reasons, for the same reasons. And then he went back and forth with his old helmet, finally deciding, you know what? I like my old helmet. I'm going to keep that shit. Are we talking about it? Is it in the news? Is anybody pissed off talking about how he's damaging this team? No. Nobody's saying that, right? So AB's making a point. He's like, listen, man, you guys make exceptions for the fucking, the guys you decide, okay, we'll make an exception for that guy. That's Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Tom Brady, go ahead. You wear your old helmet. And then this time you're talking about like, no, we have strict rules because you know what, AB, you gotta get a new helmet. No, man. I think at the end of it, he's gonna make his point, and if the league doesn't budge on it, he's gonna wear the new helmet, bro.
Yeah.
And you already saw. I don't know if you saw Jerry Rice reaching out to him. Sending him like he's like, check out this helmet. He's like, I got you, AB, or whatever. And it was like what was it called? I forget the name of the brand of the helmet. But he sent him, it was like a silver helmet that he sent him a picture of. And he was like go look up this, So I think he's gonna end up on the field, like we all expect him to, in probably a new helmet, because the NFL ain't going to budge for him because he ain't Tom Brady, okay? And he's going to go out there and he's going to perform. And he's going to stick to the plan, which is to come here and prove that he is the player he is, right? That he can do it without Roethlisberger, and that he's got a goal in mind. One, to win, but also break records, okay?
Yeah.
And that's what I fully expect that. I don't think anything has changed, okay? This is just shit in the air, right? This is just stuff to just muddy the water right now to continue to find ways to bash this team. I've been seeing it for fucking years now, so it ain't shit changed.
Feels like a regular Raiders off season to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Week 1, everything will be all right. Another small detail about this, he's got more than one option for a new helmet. What AB's doing, he's smart. He's playing the long game. He's filing this grievance. And what he wants to do, basically, is be able to turn around. Long term, if he suffers any kind of CTE or long-term repercussions from his play in the NFL, be able to go back and point at this because the helmet that he wore, that he's fighting for, was never tested and deemed unsafe.
There you go.
They tested new helmets and deemed them to be safer. So that's kind of what we're talking about, right? That's like the sticking point. It's like, well, you never said this was unsafe. I want to still wear it.
Right.
I don't want to wear this new quote-unquote safer helmet. How do we know? You haven't tested it in live action. We haven't tested it over a long period of time. The helmet I was wearing, I didn't even wear for a long enough time for you to even know. So the sample size is small on both sides, and he's playing the long game. He's covering his ass long term. It's a smart play. It's a business decision. I think, and then you saw John Gruden in the press conference. They asked him about it. It seems to me that the foot injury right now has become sort of a non-issue. It seems like it's healed up. And he said it best, man. He said, I think Antonio Brown would play this game without a helmet if he had to.
There you go.
That's how much he loves the game. But he's fighting for something he believes in. It's a personal issue, and they're with him 100%.
Right.
So, it seems to be right now that the Raiders are bulletproof, Teflon. They're not letting this affect them. They're going to support AB, and it's a smart play by the Raiders. Also, in part, taking a lesson from Pittsburgh that just really wanted to bicker with this dude all the time. Pittsburgh had their own other agenda. They had their other players they wanted to protect, their other coaches they wanted to protect. They saw AB as a headache. AB is a little bit more noise than I want to do right now. I will say it is frustrating. It's annoying. It's disconcerting. I don't like to see people up in arms. I don't like these polarizing, events that are happening. But I'm with John Gruden. If John Gruden's with AB, then I'm in lockstep with that, and I'm not really worried about it.
But I mean, that just goes to show you this has been the moment Gruden stepped into this office, into this position as head coach of the Oakland Raiders again. It's been this is previous to AB. Okay, it's been polarizing since then. So everybody's been doing this since that moment. This is nothing new.
No,
this is nothing new. So why are we overreacting? This is what the media is going to do. Why? because they don't got nothing else to do.
Nah.
They got nothing better to talk about. So let's talk shit about the Raiders, because that's what we like to do.
That's what they like to do.
That's it, man.
You're right. That wraps up the quick hits for tonight. Did we miss anything?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You know what? I did want to say, because I saw some guys talking about it in the chat, and I know we might get into it a little bit later, but your boy Rush.
There we go.
Okay, let's talk about Rush, man.
Big tone.
Setting the tone, big tone.
Yeah.
There's a guy out there, number 60, big boy,
Anthony Rush.
Yeah, 357 and change or something like that.
Yeah.
350 something.
Tony Rush.
Your boy was putting in work, and nobody knew who he was until last night. Big pressure up the middle.
Freaking bulldozer.
Big pressure. I mean, you're talking about him holding off guards. I don't know if it was a center at times, with one arm, pursuing the ball with the other, trying to wrap up players. This is a big dude. I don't know where he came from, but I've seen him all over Twitter. There's a lot of people talking about him, and for the right reasons, causing a lot of havoc in the backfield, making some big plays for loss, and making. I think at one point the Rams actually started saying, like, maybe we should start moving the pocket a little bit, because this big boy is he's kind of causing some trouble here. We didn't expect this. We weren't prepared for this. Let's scramble a little bit. Let's run a little bootleg here. Let's get you outside, man.
Y'all go right, I'll go left. Away from that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. And Tony Rush, again, another deep personnel group. Let's hope he can make the cut. You know? We already know a couple guys that are probably going to fall off. Eddie Vanderdoe is probably not going to make the squad. Let's see if there's enough spots available for Rush, man. Going to be cool. It'd be cool to at least get him on the practice squad somewhere around this team.
Yeah.
Because Rush, you never know. You need a big body. We have Hankins, right? Hankins injured right now?
I'm not sure, man. I know that Hankins is back. I know that they've been saying he's in better shape this season, because remember last season he got brought in late.
Yeah.
So he had been in better shape, but I'm not sure what the story was. He might have just been, a coach's decision.
I'm sure Watts will correct us. He loves
there you go, Watts. Where you at, Watts?
All love Watts. And then Clinton McDonald, he's out, right? He came in at the same time with Hankins, both of them big boys, but you need a big dude in the middle. You need the big guy. But that's it, man. That's it for our quick hits. Again, I'm sorry if we missed anything, but it's a lot to unpack right now, and I'm about to unpack these blinds and maybe wring out my T-shirt. And when we come back, it's the return of the 2-minute drill featuring your boy, Pillaging Pete. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Yeah, boy.
We out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders. And we're back. Kenny Stapler, Che on my side, piling in this pirate ship from the Crow's Nest.
Yeah.
Where you can see all things. And on the line tonight, we got Pillaging Pete. Pete, how you living, brother?
Man, I'm living well. How are you guys?
Doing all right. Can't complain. Another day in the Bay Area here. The sun's setting. The temperature's coming down in the Crow's Nest.
Yeah, man. Finally.
Feeling way more comfortable.
Man, I sure hope so. Did you guys get that AC unit yet?
Nah, I don't think any kind of cooling solution is going to work for us except for internal or central AC. It's just too loud.
All right.
It's just far too loud.
True.
I feel it.
We got these top of the line microphones. They pick up everything, y'all. I could even hear y'all bitching on Twitter about Antonio Brown and Nathan Peterman. Pick up everything.
Hey,
bro.
Nathan Peterman, man, the guy. I'm tired of it already, dude. I can't take it anymore. That's my take on Peterman, but
I mean, we'll see. Let's let it wash out, right? Peterman and Glennon, I think they both have an equal opportunity right here. They are who they are for a reason, and so you got knocks on both of them, But let's see, man. May the best man win, and may neither of them see the field this year. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible.
Right.
You know what? In a blowout. I hope they get a lot of time because we're blowing teams out. How about that?
There you go. I like that.
I can rock with that for sure.
So, Pete, you're on here today because of this 2-minute drill. That's what we're going to be doing here in a second. But why don't you let the callers know a little bit about you? You're always calling in. You got some really solid takes, but we don't know enough about Pete, the man, the myth, the legend. Where are you from, and how did you get into Raider Nation?
Okay, I'll start with the latter. Raider Nation is something that is inherited. Usually, most of the time, my pops is a Raiders fan. Grew up a Raiders fan. You know what I mean? Didn't know anything else. You know, there was no there was no other team to be played on the TV during Sunday or Monday growing up, and that's just the way it is. But I call in from the 360 here in Washington, but I'm originally from the 831, specifically Seaside.
There you go.
And that's kind of that's kind of where the fandom came from. And the reason you guys don't really know about me is just because, well, you guys are part of the reason I discovered this YouTube shit.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, like, nice. I had no idea. And I got caught onto you guys by when Mikey Raider clipped the interview that he had when you guys had him on.
Right.
And I followed you guys, and I was like, wait a minute, these guys are drinking beers, talking shit, and taking calls. Like, this is everything I've ever wanted for a Raider show.
Wait a minute.
I was like...
You're telling me that Mikey Raider is repurposing our content? Che, get the lawyers on the phone. I'm just playing. That's an honor, man. That's
dope.
That was a minute ago, but yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, we got to get Mikey back on here. He's a good dude.
We appreciate Mikey, man. And you know what? Real quick, too, I couldn't help but notice that he had something out not that long ago talking about possibly being his last year on YouTube, that he might kind of be going off of YouTube. So, Mikey, we hope you stick around, dog. We hope you stick around, man. We really do.
We do. So
OG right there.
My lady lives down in Marina, so I know that area well. Seaside, I go to Mi Tierra Foods down there, get my chicharrones. It's like a nice little market. Seaside's a cool town.
You ever hit a Papa Chivo's for a burrito?
Oh, Papa Chivo's breakfast burrito all day. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. Now, up here in Washington, man, they got whack-ass Tex-Mex for Mexican food. So, like, I miss home all the time, as you can imagine.
You get that fire seafood, though. You said you went fishing out there today. Is that right?
Yeah, but you got to catch it on your own. That's how you get the fire seafood out here. You know what I mean? But no, I went on an ocean charter today with the family.
That's cool.
Boys and family, and pulled out 6 silver salmon. You know what I mean? Damn. So that was pretty dope. But that's why I was saying, like, you know, I'm a little bit out, but this call's perfect timing.
Salmon, silver salmon.
Salmon.
Oh, man, it's all fun and games until...
Yeah.
The music hits.
Oh, shit.
Are you ready for this, brother?
Man, yeah, I've been trying to prep all week, so let's go. Oh, wait, let me say this off the top, too. All hail Rue. All hail Rue.
Yeah.
All hail Rue. Hashtag that, man.
Hashtag all hail Rue.
So, we haven't done this in a while, so let me reset this for some of our new listeners, because I know, season's starting up, and we got some new listeners, and we like that. 2-minute drill is longer than 2 minutes. It's actually quite a bit longer, but it is a catchy name, so we're going to run with that. The way this works is you're going to get 20 questions. 10 of those questions are Raiders-related questions. One of those 10 Raiders questions is actually a daily double. It's worth 2 points or 1 point for each right answer he gives us in that question. The other 10 questions consist of 8 in your wheelhouse. You gave me 2 categories you feel really comfortable with. This week, those categories are what, Pillaging Pete?
Godzilla movies and grunge rock.
Wild. That's wild, man. And the remaining 2 questions are going to be completely random, chosen by moi. So right now, what's the record? We got what? Is it 12 by Rue? Is that what he did?
I thought it was 13.
13,
bro.
How dare me?
Yeah.
Raider Rue. Let me 13. Just confirmed. 13 by Raider Rue was a really good showing by him, and I think the lowest score we've had is like 5 or 4. So that's your range, Pete. Before we get started, you want to make a bet on yourself? What do you think you're going to do?
I'm going to take the over on 7.
Okay.
And that's not much of a bet, but I'm just trying to be modest. So.
There you go.
That's safe, and that'd be a good number. If you came in at 7, you'd be smarter than Austin Gale. When it comes to the Raiders, no disrespect to Gale, we got to get Austin back on the show.
If we can, bro.
Yeah. Although I don't think he's doing Raiders anymore. I think he's moved up over.
Oh, you know what? I think he Packers now?
Yeah, okay.
I think he might be doing the Packers.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, ask him 22 questions about cheese or something. This ain't about Austin. This is about you, Pete. So if you're ready, we can get into it right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. How many interceptions did Jack Tatum collect during his NFL career?
Oh, shit. 34.
Ooh, that's close. That's close.
Very close. Correct answer is 37.
That was respectable, though.
That was respectable. That's a tough question. That's actually one of the tougher Raider questions on here. If that makes you feel any better.
Did not plan for that one yet.
This next question is a Godzilla-related question. What does GPN stand for? What does GPN stand for?
Damn. Godzilla Protective Network?
Oh,
Very close once again, but wrong. Godzilla Prediction Network. Godzilla Prediction Network. Yeah.
You get that off a video game or a movie?
Got that off of a Godzilla trivia site. Related to the movies.
Okay.
Related to the movies.
All right.
I'm no Godzilla expert, so I had to look some of this stuff up. But I did vet every question. I researched it, made sure I had cooperation. So that's what it is. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I will credit you back those points. We've had that happen in the past. So,
all right, man.
It's got to go to the judges.
Man. We'll see.
All right, question number 3. What team was Jack Tatum playing against when he returned a fumble, a record-setting 104 yards for a touchdown?
Playing against. Was that the Dolphins?
Is that your final answer?
How about the Saints?
Also wrong. It's actually the Green Bay Packers. You're 0 for 3 right now, Pete, but it's early in the game.
yeah.
Early in the game.
We got this.
You just need one, man. You just got to get the ball rolling.
You can get 13 wrong and still win that bet against yourself. So, just saying. It's a long road here. So, question number 4. This is a grunge rock related question. What Pearl Jam song features the following lyrics? It's actually my favorite Pearl Jam song. It's a little trivia about myself. I'm not a big Pearl Jam fan, but I do like this song. The following lyrics. And now my bitter hands chafe beneath the clouds of what was everything.
Black? No, that's not Black. That's excuse me. That's fuck. No, that's Black, isn't it?
Oh, that's right.
All right.
It's correct.
That's right.
It is Black.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought you were gonna take yourself out of that one, man. I was kind of worried there for a second.
I dug the Eddie Vedder.
No, I had to double track, man.
I dug the Eddie Vedder impersonation though. I like that.
You got to get into it if you're gonna do fucking Eddie Vedder, man. Come on.
It's all vowel sounds.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, question number 5 here. Back to the Raiders. What player holds the Raiders' record of 6 consecutive 300-yard passing games?
That's DC4.
You want to check that? Do I want to check that? Yeah. I'll check that. Raiders' record. I just want to make sure. What do you think, Shay? Is that right or wrong?
I think the one you have down is the right one, bro.
I think so too. I just want to make sure I don't screw this up.
Okay. Yeah, final answer.
It's Rich Gannon.
Damn.
Rich Gannon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the second safest bet, so.
All right. Godzilla. What monster is a protector of Earth and is friends with 2 fairies?
Mothra.
That is correct.
There you go.
Back on the board. You got 2 now. You got 5 more to go to your goal of 7. All right. Who was the first Raiders quarterback to take a snap in the Oakland Coliseum?
See, okay, so we started off in Kezar, played a little bit in Candlestick. Fuck. That's got to be Tom Flores or Daryl LaMonica. I don't think that's George Blanda, so we'll go with Daryl LaMonica. Fuck.
Correct answer is actually Cotton Davidson, the gentleman who lit the torch this Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah. Che was like,
Son of a bitch.
Che was like, you got to put that in the 2-minute drill. And there it is, just like that. We work fast around here.
Damn.
All right, question number 8. We're getting close to the middle here. Which of these bands was the first to form together in 1984? Was it Alice in Chains? Was it Pearl Jam? Was it Nirvana? Or was it Soundgarden?
That's either Nirvana or Soundgarden. Fuck. Go Soundgarden.
That is correct. It was Soundgarden. Nirvana would come along about 4 years later, I believe. Maybe a little longer than that. Bit of a trick question because Mother Love Bone was actually formed before, and the death of one of the members would eventually lead the band to regroup as Pearl Jam. But you knew that already, Pete.
Yeah, rest in peace, Andrew Wood.
Rest in peace. Question number 9. In what year was the Oakland Raiders franchise first founded?
1960.
There you go.
You better get that one right. You listen every week.
Yeah.
All right, you got 4 right now, and you got 5 wrong. You're getting close to 500. You're doing all right. But it's time for your first
I'm trying, man.
random question. Random. What type of insect is a weevil?
What type of insect is what?
A weevil.
A weasel?
A weevil. Like a boll weevil. You know the roly-polies?
Yeah.
You used to throw them at your brother.
Yeah, for sure. It's not an arachnid. That's in the beetle family?
That is correct.
There you go.
It is a beetle. Man, you're 5.
Victory lap.
You got that random, though.
You're 5 and 5 right now. So you're at 500. You're doing all right, man. It's time for the home stretch. Question number 11. During the 208 games played between 1989 and 2001, how many games did Steve Wisniewski start? 208 games. How many did the Wiz start? That's a tough one.
Shit, he was an Iron Man too. So my gut wants to say all of them. And I almost feel like that's a trick question because that should be easy to take. But this is above my head. I'm going to go with 208 games. Let's go with 197.
You were right. He's an Iron Man. The correct answer was 206. Very impressive.
Fuck.
We learn something new every day.
Incredible.
You can impress your friends with that knowledge. You know, you can still take that away. Yeah. Even when you get a question wrong, there's still a takeaway.
That's right. It's true.
You know?
It's always positive. It's always positive.
So this is a bit of a trick question here just because so many of the films were in black and white, so it's hard to tell. But I need to know what color, in every movie except 2, what color was Godzilla's skin?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that was gray from the radiation shit.
Damn! Charcoal was what was listed, but I'm not a stickler. Gray it is.
Yeah.
It was gray. I would have said gray. I wouldn't have said charcoal. You know?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Lucky number 13 here. Who is the rightful owner of the nickname Dr. Death?
The rightful owner.
If you answer this wrong, well...
Lester Hayes. Oh, Skip Thomas. Oh, fuck.
Did we give it to him?
I mean, he got it.
Was he in under the buzzer?
He got it mid-buzzer.
Mid-buzzer. Che.
Should we let the chat decide?
No, I'm letting you decide.
Let's give him that, man, because he corrected himself.
All right.
He caught himself. Let's give him that one.
There is a delay on the phone, so
Thank you.
We don't know if the buzzer was playing on his end.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. All right, so let's recap here. You got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct right now. 7 correct right now.
All right.
Question number 14. This is back to grunge rock. I need the name of the first Nirvana album.
Okay, fuck. Oh, man. It was the one with Jason Everman on guitar. And, was that Bleach?
That was Bleach.
That's
but
right.
I need to remind you, I'm asking the questions. Okay.
Right.
So you're up to 7.5 points right now, according to the chat. And by the way, those of you that are listening and you're going, hey, Pete's always in the YouTube chat. Is he cherry picking answers? No, the YouTube chat is on a delay. It's actually quite a lengthy delay, so that's not helping him out at all. And Pete's coming quick with the answers, so he's not looking anything up. But I digress, and we must move forward. So we're back to Godzilla. What monster is supposed to be attacking Paris and destroy all monsters? And I skipped the question. We'll go back.
Okay. Is that Baragon?
It is Baragon.
Bam.
Around here, Baragon. That's how I read it, actually, when I got that.
Yeah, man, you gotta read it with a Spanish accent, bro.
That feels good. Feel the breeze.
I'm not feeling it yet.
Pete's feeling the heat. All right, we're going to double back, so that means you're going to get 2 Raider questions in a row here. Name the only player to intercept 3... the only player in the NFL to intercept 3 passes in a single Super Bowl game. And I already gave you the hint. It's a Raiders question, so it's a Raiders player. The only player to intercept 3 passes in a single Super Bowl game.
Rod Smith.
Ooh.
Is that your final answer?
Yep, 1983.
Rod Martin. Rod Martin.
Martin. Oh, shit. Okay.
So I think that evens out the last one because I think you knew it was Martin and had the last name wrong. So I'm going to say that balances the scale right there. No controversy. Question number 17. We're getting down to it. You got 4 left.
Here we go.
You got what? 6, 7, 8. You got 9 right. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have a chance to beat Rue's record if you run the table right here.
Woo.
No pressure.
Okay, I'm sweating.
All right. Yeah, I should have had more Cliff Branch questions in here, but I didn't because if you got a lot of them wrong, that's a bad look for you.
Yeah.
Bad look for you. Out of respect
that'd
to you.
have been terrible.
Yeah. But I need to know how many touchdowns did Cliff Branch have in his career?
$164.
Wow. It was 67.
Okay.
But if you're gonna get that
67?
wrong, you're on the right side of wrong.
Yeah, right. Go big. Go big, man.
Cliff Branch is looking down, going, you should have been.
I should have had 157. They would have thrown me the fucking ball.
Yeah. Hey, no, he invented the deep threat, man. He doesn't get enough love for that.
Yep.
So.
True. Absolutely, man.
True. All right. Question number 18. You have a chance to tie Rue's record right now. Okay. Question number 18. What movie featured Seattle grunge bands, including Soundgarden and Pearl Jam? Came out in the 90s. Obviously, featured multiple grunge rockers in there. What was the name of that film? Great soundtrack, by the way.
Right. I don't know this one. I'm going to pass.
Name of that film is called Singles, and if you haven't already, score the soundtrack if you're a fan of grunge rock. You got some Screaming Trees on there. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack. All right, this question is your daily double. So the way this works, listeners, 2 correct answers. If he gets both, 2 points. If he gets 1, he gets 1 point. If he gets none, 0 points. What are you going to do? All right. 2 possible answers here. I will take both of them for a total of 2 points. What 2 numbers did Jay Schrader wear during his career with the Raiders?
Oh, wow.
He wore 13 and number 6.
Ooh.
You got 1 right there. He did wear the number 13. He also wore the number 10. He also wore the number 10.
Okay, did not know that.
But you got one, though.
This is your final question, so let's add these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a strong showing already.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. You're on the Wall of Fame right now. You're in that top 5 percentile. You're doing really well for yourself, Pete. You got half of them right. Let's put yourself over 50% right now.
Here we go.
By answering this final random question. I hope you're a fan of space. I need to know, in what year did the Soviet Union launch their first Sputnik satellite?
Oh, fuck. 1967.
Oh.
Damn, that was close. But no cigar. It was actually 1957.
Yeah.
57. All right, then.
Here's another quick piece of trivia for you guys. Back in the day, the Americans spent millions of dollars inventing a pen that would write in outer space. What did the Russians do? They used a pencil. God damn it, anyways. But nevertheless, Pete, it was a very, very strong showing.
Yeah, man. Hey, 10 questions?
You got 10 out of a possible 20.
That's solid, man. That's solid.
I got
and room for improvement, man.
I got all the questions from anybody that's ever gone on the show in a different tab here in the spreadsheet. What I need to do is put together a leaderboard so it's easily to reference. I want to know who's had more than 10. Is anybody had 11 or 12? I think.
Man, I don't want to say that somebody has done
12. Right?
Yeah, 12 sounds familiar. Yeah,
yeah. Or
sounds familiar.
No, somebody tied Rude. No, they did not.
Yes, we had a tie.
Yeah, we had a tie.
We have a tie.
But you're in that upper echelon, Pete. Do you feel proud of yourself? Do you feel good about this?
Like I said, I bet myself on 7. I'm just happy I made it this far. So, happy to be on the Wall of Fame in that 5th percentile or what you said. So, thanks for having me on, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for coming on, Pete. And as always, we enjoy your calls. We got to get you on as a live caller here, too, in the future. Again, as you guys know, when we're listening to the phone calls, the phone line is open at that time. So, Pete, thanks for coming in here. We're actually going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll be taking your calls, and we'll be talking to Raider Kane and Pillage on, Pete.
Yeah.
Hey, you got it. Thanks for having me on, fellas. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. All right, Jay, let's take a little break, maybe step outside, get some fresh air.
Yeah, get a little bit of that cool air, bro.
And when we come back, we'll have Kane's Corner, then we'll go to your phone calls, and we'll wrap this up.
That sounds good, man. That sounds like a plan.
8:42 here on the West Coast. We'll see you guys in 2 and 2, as Chuck Woolery used to say.
Yeah.
We out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders. And we're back with Raider Kane. This is Kane's Corner. Kane, man, we missed you out at the game yesterday, but we understand you had family obligations, and that always takes precedence. But we did miss you at the tailgate. Regardless, it's never the same without the entire Pillaging crew. How are you doing this evening, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. And you know what? It was good to see us on TV too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
That was dope.
And just because you didn't see us in the shot, don't think that we were just letting everything hang out there for the taking. We were in the van pulling everything out. That was an early shot. We were getting everything set up. So that's why you didn't see the mics and all that on the table. But the logo, it was nice and clear.
Yeah, it was.
And we'll take free promotion any chance we
can get. There you go.
Let that be a lesson to you, NFL. Take the free promotion, even though you don't need it. Okay? But, Kane, man, we got a lot to cover. There's a lot to unpack from that game, bro. And there's just a lot going on in Raider Nation right now. It's that time of year, So let's talk about it a little bit, man. What were some of your reactions after Saturday's game? Some things that jumped off the screen to you?
Well, I like the way the defense. The defense seemed to play, play fast, play aggressive. They made a lot of good plays. The Rams, they only scored 3 points or some shit like that. So that's pretty good. You know, although it was only backups, the defense did look tight. And I liked it, especially the DBs. The DBs are real aggressive. I think we're going to have a lot more interceptions this year, a lot more hard hits this year. It's going to be a lot of fun watching this team, especially on defense.
Yeah. I want to see some interceptions off of bounces, man, off of big hits.
Yeah, deflections, stuff popping up in the air. I expect that, right? We're talking about Abram earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We expect some of those big hits, especially KJ too, laying some hats out there. Well, not hats, but maybe shoulder, a little bit of shoulder, right? But getting that ball up in the air, man, and playing that tip drill, bro. Play that tip drill.
Yeah.
I think between KJ and Abrams, they're gonna be like, who will get the best hit today? Let's make a bet. Let's see who's gonna get the hardest hit today. It's gonna be fun watching them two play safety, man.
Some real hitters back there. One thing I noticed, a little bit off topic here, but since you bring it up, there was a lot said about KJ's size when he came to the team.
Yeah.
And now we got a defensive backfield with a lot of undersized safeties, and nobody's saying a damn thing about it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I know it's funny how the nation is, ain't it? And the media, the media too. The media is really the ones that talks about all this craziness, undersized this, undersized that. That guy plays big. He's a small guy, but he plays big. He might have some trouble guarding bigger tight ends, but that's why we brought in Joyner.
Mm-hmm.
So we still gonna get that same hard hitting. He plays good in the box, good against the run. He fares well against the pass.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit undersized, but he plays big. So don't let the size fool you.
Yep,
he does.
None of these guys,
and
really.
And he's gone to a Pro Bowl on the strength of his slot corner play as well. So, I think as long as you can cover and as long as you can get him down, don't matter what the size is.
Absolutely.
The same water that hardens the egg softens the butter.
Okay.
It's not the environment you're in. It's what you're made of.
Okay.
Okay, you feel me?
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
You got I can tell you got more of those, bro. I can tell you got more of those, bro.
Hey, Che, if I tell you fat meat's greasy, then it is, so wipe your lips. I don't know what that means, but my grandpa used to say that all the time. So we saw a lot of the rookies on the field this weekend, pretty much everyone except for Josh Jacobs. Who was the biggest standout to you, Kane?
The biggest standout on defense or offense?
Either one, or both.
Well, we had a few guys make some good plays, but I'm gonna have to say DeAndre Washington had a really good game. He impressed me, and I might be a little biased to that because I want to see DeAndre Washington do well. I want to see him get more playing time, and so right away, the first take that I would have to say from just looking at the game when the main whoever they started was in, it was still backups, but it was a lot more starters in the beginning, and he scored a touchdown. That was impressive. That was impressive. I got to say, DeAndre Washington impressed me yesterday. It was real good to see him make that play.
Yeah, this is DeAndre's fourth year in the league now? Fourth or third? 2016 was his rookie year.
2016 was his rookie.
So this will be his fourth year in the league. He should look good in the preseason, and I'm glad he did because, as I mentioned earlier in the show, all three of us big DeAndre Washington fans. Kane, you and I have been lockstep on Washington. We really like the way he's built, and we like the way he plays on the field. But I'm really asking about rookies. I'm asking about the rooks, man. Who out of that group? Cleveland, Abram, Trayvon Mullen, all them cats. Who did you like the best?
It's hard to pick just one because they all three have really good games. But I'm going to say I want to see I'd like to see more of Mullins. Mullins looked good. He locked down his side of the field, had some good plays. Abrams looked good. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to say Mullen. Mullins showed up just like he did in college.
Yeah.
Shut the field down. Mm-hmm. That's what we drafted him for. That's what he came here to do. And I was impressed. That was one thing. Another thing I took away, and I was ready to see him get set down. Like don't get him injured. Let him go to the bench. We saw he can play. We saw he can guard NFL talent. He was on Brandon Cooks. He did a good job, and not a bad job. For his first game against a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He looked well. He looked great actually. So I'm gonna have to say Mullins. Yeah.
It's real quiet on the side of the field, like it's quiet after midnight. Let's call him Midnight Mullen.
Okay.
Do we like that?
I like that.
It's dark. It's quiet.
I like that.
Midnight Mullen. You heard it here first.
Sometimes you don't even know he's there.
Let's get that trending, y'all. Sometimes
And that's what we want. Hey, ain't that what we want from a DB?
Yes.
You don't hear his name called?
Yes.
Right. That's
Then
right.
you know he was out there doing his thing. He was basically making plays by not making plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
And that's a savvy call out. A lot of people would overlook that because you're not hearing about him. But that's a good thing. Like we said, when it comes to a DB, quiet is good. Quiet is real good. What's to make somebody Stack and Nova actually just made a really good point. We've been really nice to AB and stuff, but he has a nice criticism of AB right here, and I think this is fair. He would have liked to seen AB in street clothes on the sideline supporting his teammates. What do you make of this whole AB situation? Che and I have already given our thoughts on it, but you're a little more hardline and you cut to the chase and you don't sugarcoat nothing. So I really want to hear your opinion on the Antonio Brown situation.
You know what? Basically, Antonio Brown is doing what he's doing. There's an NFLPA, there's a union. He doesn't want to wear the new helmet, so he's taking the necessary steps to grieve that, to file his grievance that he doesn't want to wear the helmet. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as he shows up week 1 with the new helmet on, ready to play, I'm fine. Right now, it's preseason. It was game 1. He wasn't probably going to play anyway. He was working out he's been working out all off season. He's in shape. He's ready to go. He may need to get some time playing with Derek Carr. This may hurt that relationship just a little bit because they're not getting the time in to, to get their timing down. Other than that, I'm not worried about Antonio Brown, and I don't know why everybody else is.
Yeah.
This is minor. Now, if this was going into week 1, if we was getting ready to start and he didn't show up, to all this time to camp, and we get ready to start the season and he's still, then I'd be a little bit concerned. But right now, there's no concern at all.
Good. We're all on the same page right there.
Yeah.
I like that. And Kane doesn't hold back, so that's it right there. That's a straight shooter comment. Punters hold a special place in the hearts of Raider Nation. Who's winning this punting battle this preseason?
Oh, man, definitely not Townsend. What, he had a punt for 34 yards?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think, that was just sad to see.
And I saw Raider Watts
Marquette King is still available. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I know everybody's down on Marquette King, and I shouldn't even be talking about this, and I don't want to spend a lot of time, but he is available, and we don't have a punter. So
he is, and here's a fair comment about King, though. Here's my criticism or my concern about King, and this has nothing to do with his personality at all whatsoever. Is he hurt himself pretty bad over there in Denver, and he complained about it. Was he able to bounce back from that? Is that a lasting thing? Because I know it was a lot about form and technique that caused that. If he goes back to his old ways, does that clear up? I don't know. But I think King, for the most part, he's in the rearview mirror, and he's not on an NFL team right now. So I don't know. You can call those red flags what you want, but it is what it is. But Townsend, and a real quick comment, because we were talking about Townsend and Cole earlier, and Watts had a fair point, and he said, Townsend had a short field on one of those punts, and that's fair. But Che, you and I were there at the game. We were watching them punt during warm-ups.
Yeah.
And Townsend, it was real pitiful during warm-ups.
Yeah, it didn't look, it just didn't look like it's going to change, right?
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We didn't get the feeling like, oh, okay, it looks like he's going to improve this season. It doesn't feel that way, man. Mm-mm. It feels like we're going to see more of the same if he's around. So, like I said, if that's the case, then I think you give the new young guy the shot to try to prove, do something different. And I think they like him because he could also come in if for some reason your main kicker, gets injured. He was kicking off during the game as well. He was out there doing the kickoffs and he was punting. So, I think they
and that could possibly win him the job too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that could win him the job. The fact that he can kick.
And they say he has a lot of leg. They say he's got plenty of leg. The problem with him is his directional punting, right? So, but I mean, we already went the other way.
Yeah.
And we're not happy with it.
Yeah.
So I think we'll take that. We'll take the guy with the bigger leg that maybe still got to work on his ability to keep things, inside or not kick him out of bounds or whatever it may be. I think we'll take that chance, man. Yeah. I think we'll ride with that, and I think Gruden is leaning towards that too.
Yeah. So that's
the fact of the matter is what happened to Townsend. He was the best punter in college coming out. He was the real deal. When we drafted him, it was like, oh wow, we got the best punter. We drafted the best kicker. At the same time, and it just didn't work. It just hasn't panned out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
what happened. Whether it's the coaching or whether he just, I don't know what happened.
And it should have translated. It should have translated because you never hear anybody say, "But can he punt at the NFL level?" You never hear anybody say that.
But the thing was with him is that he was never about. It was never a big leg. It was always his ability to kick the ball directional, right? Which.
Right.
He's done that, but for fucking 30 yards and, we've seen some really bad punts out of him, man. So I think we're all on the same page as far as like we've seen enough.
And he had a decent average coming out of college.
Unless we punting from a short field, he cannot punt from the end zone.
Yeah.
So if we backed up to the end zone and it's a third, a fourth and whatever, 15, and we on the 5-yard line, we're screwed. He's going to punt to the 50. It's just... It's sad to see, man. It's sad to see.
So
I don't know what we're gonna do about the punter position. This Cole guy, he's got a shot at taking this position. That's for sure. Definitely.
You said What you said that Watts said that one of those punts Townsend had a short field.
That's what he had said.
But he didn't have any inside the 20.
None.
With the short field, So that's the problem, man. He had short field, you would have thought, okay, well, he could just use his directional punting and get one inside the 20. Didn't get that.
Fact.
Yeah. Fact.
Yeah, I think it's a done deal. The other thing that they were saying about AJ Cole is where he's got to catch up to Townsend because they already feel like he's a better punter is his holding for the kicker to be able to hold for PATs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what he's been working on.
Those are things that could be worked on, though.
Yeah.
Right? None of that involves genetics or strength or none of that. That's just really about skills training. So let's get him there. But anyways, it's a soft question. It's punting, but we've seen how important it is, and we know how beloved the punter is in Raider Nation. We got a long history of great punters. So it had to be asked. We had to talk about it. But I want to get to the bottom of this quarterback controversy we have here in Oakland between Nathan Peterman and Mike Glennon, because I know you feel a certain kind of way about this, Kane. So you tell me, because I know you liked Peterman. I know you liked him in this game, and that's fair. I think they both had their strong suits in this. But give me a case as to why Peterman should be the number 2 quarterback on this squad.
It's early, but look at the early going. He had, both quarterbacks played well, but I've been watching Glennon in the NFL. Peterman, I saw a little bit of him as well, but Glennon did what he does in what he did in Tampa. He can drive you down the field, and then all of a sudden he's going to do that one goof up play that's going to turn the whole thing around. At least Peterman was a little bit more safe with the football. He tucked that thing and broke out and ran with it. He took care of the football. That's what you do as a quarterback on the field. You don't throw no interceptions. You throw the ball away when you need to. You don't try to force it if you don't think you can force it. And I think Glennon threw one of the interceptions right into like the teeth of the defense, which that's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? And then his other interception is in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, it's just like that's not protecting the football, and I don't want to see that. And if he had to play, if Derek Carr, God willing, gets hurt, but hope he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? And we had to see Glennon. That's what you're going to see. Sometimes you just can't change that in a quarterback. That's the way they see the field. And I think Peterman saw the field a little bit better. He was able to make some plays, make some nice throws, tuck the ball, run. I'd be more susceptible to seeing him come in as a backup if Derek got hurt than Glennon. I think I've seen enough of Glennon in his career as a quarterback, in my opinion.
Fair enough, and I think I like this conversation because we finally have a real battle for the number 2 quarterback.
Right.
And it's exciting. It's exciting to watch it play out. It makes preseason a little bit more exciting. You're not going to see a whole lot of Derek Carr in the preseason. You already know that. So it's fun to watch, and I think they're both capable in their own right of being a backup. So this is going to play out really interesting. Hopefully the battle increases, and we see a lot of back and forth between these two guys. I'd love this to be a really tough decision. Because
I think John keeps them both. If you ask me, John loves his quarterbacks. He likes his pet projects.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two guys he liked. I'm sure he watched plenty of Glennon with his little fire football coach office was in Tampa. He saw plenty of Glennon playing for Tampa. He's seen, he liked Peterman coming out. So, these guys are guys that he thinks he can coach up. Maybe not start for him as one of his main guys, but somebody he can coach up and help their career become a better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what John likes about his quarterbacks. So he's got these guys, and he thinks he can coach them up. And I wouldn't be surprised if he kept them both.
And Peterman would be a big reclamation project, right? If he can do that, that's a lot of points in John's column. Mm-hmm. So I could see that too. That's a fair and that's a good point. Yeah, man. Let's see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
Now, this wasn't on the list of questions I sent you, and to be fair, I don't always send Kane the questions. We shoot from the hip here on the Pillaging Podcast.
There you go.
And so I'm going to throw another one at you right here. As the preseason kind of goes along, we have how many guys on the roster right now, Che?
I don't know, a whole bunch.
Like 90 plus.
Right? 93.
93, yeah.
93.
We got to make these cuts down, so you're going to have 40 guys go, right? 40 or more. We're already talking about keeping 3 quarterbacks. We're looking at this wide receiver group. We're looking at this running back group. We're looking at this DT group. Got a lot of linebackers on the squad. These cut downs are going to be tough. There's going to be some guys that get cut that are a little bit shocking. And I think I might have asked you this question last week, but now that we've seen some of these guys play on the field, who's a guy, or multiple guys if you got them, but are some of the tougher cuts that you're going to see gone? Let's narrow this down a little bit. Let's look at this wide receiver group because I think it's probably the most competitive out of all of them.
Yeah.
Kane, give me a wide receiver that doesn't make this team. That could be shocking.
J.J. Nelson.
J.J. Nelson doesn't make the squad.
That's a hot take. That is a hot take, man. That is a hot take.
Well, why is that? Can you back that up a little bit? Because J.J. did have a nice game.
It's too many young rookies that's doing well. Mm-hmm. And plus, not to mention, the guys that got drafted are more likely to make the team than not. And that's what I've been seeing as a pattern in the NFL, especially with this team, even under Reggie McKenzie, all 7 draft picks, all 7 rounds, the majority of them made the squad. Coaches and GMs want to see these guys that they drafted on the 53-man roster so that they can see them develop, watch them grow. And so, we got a lot of young wide receivers, and then we got a couple of old, stingy vets. Not old, but Ryan Grant and J.J. Nelson, they've been around a few years. Mm-hmm. Those guys are going to have to play, I think, extremely well to beat out Doss and like the likes of Aitman and even a Keon Hatcher at this point. He had a nice game.
He plays
yesterday,
tough.
and his time is coming. So, I have to say, when it comes to getting cut, the veterans on the team are the ones that I think have to play extra well in order to make the roster, in my opinion. So J.J. Nelson and Ryan Grant, you might be waving bye-bye to both. Just so they can keep Doss. But they don't want to you might not want to let Doss hit the practice squad because then he can be plucked. Aitman as well.
Yeah.
They can be plucked. If you cut these guys, the veterans, they go on, they get other contracts with other teams or whatever, they get other looks. Mm-hmm. So I think if you value the young guys that you drafted, you're not going to keep J.J. Nelson and Ryan Grant. I think they're just there to push the younger guys, if you ask me.
Interesting, because Nelson's been lighting it up in camp. So let's kind of recap this. Let's go through how many wide receivers do you think they keep on this team? Do you think it's going to be 5?
I say 6.
6? And that includes like Dwayne Harris as a return man?
Absolutely.
All right, so we got Dwayne Harris.
So that's where it gets thick.
Right. You got Dwayne Harris, though. You're going to have AB. You're going to have Tyrell Williams. You got to think they're going to keep Hunter Renfrow. That's 4 right there. and you got 2 left, so you're going to populate that with, I mean, you got to pick now.
Doss, and then like I wrote in the chat, Aitman and Harris. You know, Aitman is on the bubble at this point. I mean, you know, like I did say the rookies, but now, Dwayne Harris is the punt return guy. So obviously, you got to have a spot open for him, unless one of those young guys lucks out and gets, returns punts and beats him out at that position.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard, man. But like I said, it's going to be some tough cuts. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some tough cuts. And so when you get down to that last position, it's either Aitman, it's a Aitman, Doss, Harris / somebody's getting cut or going to the practice squad.
What do you think, Shay? Who's your guy? Who doesn't make this wide receiver group?
I mean, like I'm actually looking at the stats, the receiving, and yes, this is preseason, but looking at the stats for yesterday's game, we have Marcel Aitman with 1 catch for 19 yards. We have Keelan Doss with 2 catches for 9 yards. At the top of that list, you have Keon Hatcher, 2 for 45, J.J. Nelson, 2 for 43, and Ryan Grant for 3 for 32 yards. Okay? I think that those guys are showing a lot more than Aitman and Doss at this moment. Now, that could change. We still have 3 more preseason games. Maybe they get their shot with the second team or whatever it may be. Maybe they look a little bit better. But I have a hard time dropping J.J. Nelson or a Ryan Grant at this moment, just because they're the ones that actually put they actually put some tape out there. And like you said, J.J. Nelson right now is been talked about a lot, of making big plays at practice in the scrimmages that they've had with the Rams and whatnot. Like we said, we already know, we're pretty confident that we know what the 3 locks are, right?
Yeah.
We're pretty confident it's A, B, Tyrell, and then you got Renfro. Okay, so that leaves 3 spots. That leaves 3 spots, and I have a hard time putting Aitman and Doss in there ahead of J.J. Nelson and Ryan Grant.
It's really going to come down to it, and I know that the Nelson take is hot, but it's fair when you look at it from a philosophical standpoint. What's the philosophy of this coaching staff and this front office? You got your vets. You got AB the vet. You got Tyrell Williams, who's had a few years in the league. I wouldn't put him up there as like seasoned vet, but he's got a few years in the league. He had production with San Diego. You know he's going to be there. He's a burner as well. Renfro's a young kid, right? So you want to invest in the kid that you drafted, and then after that, it's beyond that, how much playing time are the rest of those guys going to get? So to Kane's,
no, you guys are forget.
But to Kane's point,
let me.
To Kane's point, let me finish my point. Do you keep Nelson and Grant on the squad, or do you keep these cats on the squad above the younger guys?
Right. No, I get
that aren't going to be getting a lot of playing time, or do you let them go? Seek out opportunities,
right,
and keep the cheaper out of the bunch.
I get that point.
So you can argue it both ways, and I'm really just saying this for our listeners. I'm not arguing it myself. I'm just kind of trying to set the table here. But Kane, go ahead. You were going to say.
I was going to say, Che has a point at keeping at the veterans did play well against the scrubs, or the lesser talent in the league. But in order to keep the Ryan Grants and J.J. Nelsons at the 4 and 5 position, they have to play special teams.
Right.
So here we go with another point. When you keep the young guys, they play in special teams. So they're going to make the roster. In fact, the fact that they play special teams. Does Ryan Grant and J.J. Nelson play special teams and be the number 4 and 5 receiver when, in fact, you can be a number 2 and 3 or both could be at least a 3 for another team. So the point I'm trying to make is not that they're not better than Aitman or Doss, but are they going to play special teams?
Right.
And that's where it's going to boil down to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I see him getting cut.
Okay, so, yeah, that's fair. That's also a really good point.
Yeah.
And then let's go outside of this group right here and look at one of our pillagers here in the chat, Luis Juante. He's got AB, Tyrell Williams, Hunter Renfro, JJ Nelson, and Ryan Grant, and Doss, and Hatcher, and 88 men on the practice squad.
Hatcher can't make the practice squad, can he? He's not eligible. This is his third year. You only got 2 eligible practice squad years.
Okay, I didn't realize this was his third season in the NFL. I did not realize that. So that's a fair point too. I like Hatcher, man. He plays tough. He does play tough.
Yeah, he played well, man. He showed up. Like I said, he was one of the guys that showed up and put some tape out there. So you got to consider him as being in the 6th spot.
Actually, you know what? Here, Keon Hatcher says his first year in his stat line is actually 2018, so he would be eligible. This is actually his second year in the league.
Okay.
It's not his third year. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was his third. My bad.
No problem.
My bad.
It's a fine line. But yeah, so it'd be interesting how it pans out. And with the practice squad there in effect, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways to move it around. But, us not being able to land on an agreement here it just, again, underlines the point. There's going to be some really tough cuts coming up at the end of this preseason. Right. I love the rule change that they put into effect. Was it last year or the year before that, where the cuts all come at once at the end? You get a good long look at everybody over these 4 weeks. I like that.
I do.
Another crowded position is the running back position. That's another crowded position too. Mm-hmm. And I'm anxious to see who somebody please beat out Doug Martin. I'm all for Young. If we're going to be quote unquote rebuilding or reloading or whatever, let's reload with some good young talent. Mm-hmm. Let's watch that talent develop. We was 4-12 last year. What do we need with Doug Martin?
Yeah.
We're not going to the Super Bowl this year. I'm not hating fans, but I'm just saying we're not going to the Super Bowl this year. So, why do we have Doug Martin? Why not give that roster spot to a young, grooming talent? You're not going to even need to probably, if Josh Jacobs doesn't get hurt, he's going to get most of the playing time anyway. And Jalen Richard, they're going to get most of the playing time. It's going to come down to who's going to win that 3 and 4 spot. And Doug Martin, if you're going to have him as the number 4 guy, but then here we go with that special teams thing again. Mm-hmm. You want those spots to go to players that's going to play special teams. So if Doug Martin ends up as the 4th running back, we need to let him go and move on and keep one of the younger guys.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with that. I'd be happy to see Doug Martin cut, not because I don't like Doug Martin. I've actually supported him. Right. But if he's gone, that means younger cats are stepping up and filling up those roster spots. That's a good sign for our team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, good point, Kane. I like the way you spelled all that out. Yeah, it's a big group right there. Somebody pointed out on the chat, who was it? The good doc, he said last year he felt confident about our wide receiver room at this time too.
Shit.
And we saw injuries last year, right? Remember that Giants game? I was out there. I suited up for that Giants game. I was out. You remember that, right? You remember that? Che was like, well, no, wait, the security's gonna get you. And they were like, oh shit, he's putting on the helmet. I was out there, bro. It was interesting, I didn't get any snaps, but I was out there on the side. I was ready to go. I was ready for my number, but so we'll see. I mean, again, I don't want to circle back to that and rehash that argument, but I like that you went that direction, Kane, because it kind of pulls us in both directions, right? It kind of widens the spectrum, and you can see how it can go either way. But, do you want those vets that far down on the depth chart just in case something like that happens? Or, building for the future, like you said, this is not a Super Bowl team yet, not this year. Even if you feel like the talent is there, the cohesiveness is not. This schedule is going to be brutal. We're starting off already behind with our offensive line. So it's an uphill battle already. I don't think the Super Bowl, the playoffs are even a long shot. We can hope for it. It's not unrealistic to think that this team can sneak into the playoffs.
Right.
But it's still a long shot. It's not a book it situation. It's not guaranteed. It's not a lock. So, invest in the future. You're moving on to Vegas, and hopefully you make a splash that year, and you're investing in this young talent because it's all about that long game. So,
yeah,
you'd like to see some cats get developed on this team. So, yeah, it's interesting. A lot of tough decisions to come. This is actually a really exciting preseason, I feel like. We're not just going through the motions. We're really looking at some tough stuff.
Right.
So, preseason's typically boring. I was telling Che, I was like, oh, it's exciting. We're going to see some real live snaps. And you always feel like that this time of year, and the preseason starts, and you're like, this is bullshit. This shit is kind of boring. Yeah, I'm watching.
You know what? You be juiced and pumped before the game. You know what I'm saying? And then when the game come on in like the third quarter, you be like, oh man, this is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You looking at it, and it's like the talent level doesn't keep your interest peaked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just the talent level. It's just, you're not going to be watching this in the regular season, and you know, you are trying to watch, and my thing is this: it's 46 guys on that roster right now that you could name for all 46 players that's going to make the team. I know I can. Or maybe we got, like we just had a little debate about the wide receivers, the running backs, but at the end of the day, I think I can give you 46 players. So you're looking at the preseason to get like eight guys, because seven positions to fill out the 53-man roster. That's what you basically looking at these 4 games. That the last 7 players to make the squad. That's boring to me. I mean, I like what I saw in the first 2 quarters. When it got to after the second half, it was like a lot of these guys we ain't even gonna see them. You know what I'm saying? They all having good games, they flashing, but at the end of the day, when you put them in there with the ones, we had like 15, 16 motherfuckers that didn't even suit up and play, like starters, legitimate guys that didn't even play, and I'm sure the Rams had just as many on that side. So all this hype and this oh man, we get to watch it. That's cool. That's good. But at the end of the day, that shit was born in the third quarter. I'm sorry. Wake me up week 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, or at least can we skip to week 3? Yeah. I can see the NFL why they want to say, let's cut 2 preseason games and add these last 2 to the schedule, because you just kind of sleepwalking through the preseason right now. Nobody, you're not gonna like. I wouldn't be surprised if we set 15 or 16 more people in game 2. We just don't see. We won't see those guys that didn't dress. We won't see them until week 3, and then you won't see them until week 1.
Yeah, John's saying we're going to see some starters next week, but I'd be shocked if it was more than a series. It's going to be, it's be real limited.
Yeah, man.
I could see it too. I think viewers would be happy about that. I think coaches would be upset about that. It's going to be interesting to see what the NFL does moving forward, because for the NFL, we already know they're not concerned about the players or the coaches. They're concerned about the viewers and the audience, and it's an entertainment package to them. Everything else aside, but. Kane, man, it's almost 9:30 here. It's been a big show. My favorite part of your segment is when we get to kind of banter and get off topic and stuff. I don't think we can do that tonight just because it's just been so much to talk about, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's all good, brothers. It's great to be back. Yeah, and I can't wait to get out to the opening night and do the thing with the tailgate, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it.
September 9th. I'm going to see you out there. And while I have you on the phone, too, just so I can communicate this to everybody, next week we will be off the air. I know I can hear the sighs. I can hear the air coming out the balloons already. We took a lot of time off. But, again, we have some big stuff coming up this weekend. I might be going out of town for a training. And Che, it's your daughter's birthday, man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
So
that's right.
We will be off the air, but we promise you after that it's going to be a nice long stretch of the Pillaging Podcast with Kane and Che and myself. And we'll be here for you guys all season. We got your back.
That's right.
Yes,
that's
sir.
Right.
Kane, man, thanks again for coming on. Talk to you real soon.
All right, brothers.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
Peace
out, bro.
That was a good segment, man. That was a really good conversation.
Yeah. And we got, you get to see a little bit of both sides, right? Kane gives you that thought maybe you didn't think of, right? You're talking about, well, do you play vets on special teams? You don't really play vets on special teams. So, I mean, that's a great point. That's stuff that has to be taken into consideration. Mm-hmm. At the same time, we had some people make the comments like, hey, but what if somebody goes down? Mm-hmm. Now you just got a bunch of guys you were expected to play special teams. Mm-hmm. They got to take, wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 roles, Yeah. That would be my fear. Obviously, we hope that everyone goes through a healthy season, right? AB stays healthy, Williams stays healthy, and then we don't have to worry about that happening. But what happens if one of them go down? Does that mean you move Renfro to the 2, to the 1?
Right.
That's a tough call, right?
That's a tough call.
That's a tough call.
Because we all had Renfro as a lock. He didn't catch one pass last night.
That's what I'm saying. So that's going to be the difficult, and that's why we're the guys that are sitting over here talking about stuff and not making decisions, right? Because that's a hard decision to make, and we ain't qualified to make it.
But I always like Kane's takes, man, because like you said, he forces you to think things differently.
That's what I'm saying.
You may not always agree with it, but he'll get you thinking. And I just want to give a shout out to the chat right now because we got some hitters in there tonight. There's points flying all around. I feel like I've been ignoring y'all too much. If we didn't have so much content to cover, it would have been a lot more interactive. But Kevlar Prom Dress, who's got the new nickname KPD, I'm seeing right now.
Okay, KPD.
Angry at Trask, both ladies from the Ladies of Darkness podcast. And I want to remind everybody, Angry has been podcasting about the Raiders longer than the three of us have.
There you go.
So if you haven't checked out the Ladies of Darkness yet, make sure you do so. And they did add on Kevlar Prom Dress, Heidi, months ago. It's not new. But I think that now
like midway last season or something like that, or somewhere around there. She was around for a while. Okay, let's not just act like Heidi's brand new to this, but she came on as a permanent fixture on the podcast about halfway through the season, I want to say.
And it was entertaining already with Angry and Jenny, and now with the three of them. It's just really nice to see three women that know their football talking about it. You get three different angles, and you get some comic relief. They're good, man. It's an entertaining show. I would definitely check that out if you haven't already. I know a lot of pillagers do, though, so I'm not making it sound like, they're over there talking to nobody. They got an audience, but I'm just letting y'all know. Check them out if you haven't already, man. They're hitters on this network. Co-founders, man. It was these two shows that kicked it all off. So
there you go.
Respect, man. We love you, ladies. And Heidi goes above and beyond that podcast.
Oh, yeah.
She does so much for the network. If you follow at CNPodNet, whether it be on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, she's all over. She's handling that stuff. She's doing all the promo for all the shows on those.
That's right.
She does all the heavy lifting at the network. So she's an MVP.
MVP.
Shout out to you, Heidi. And shout out to Angria for holding it down on the timeline.
There you go.
And letting all these bozos know what time it is. She's the editor-in-chief. She's the principal. She's the president. She's my big sister. Angry, I love you. We also stacking Novas in there. Raider Watts always setting the record straight.
Yeah.
Bobby Wasabi's the homie.
Yeah, and thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that, man. He said a happy birthday to your baby girl. So I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can get out there to the lake. My lady wants me to go camping with her and the family, but I'm in a spot right now. My work told me they won't know if I'm going to the training until Friday,
right? Which
means I can't even get out early on Friday because I'm going to be waiting around for the decision.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I work till 7, and that's way too late for me to take off to where they're at. So either way, I'm going to be out there at the lake with you, it looks like, on Saturday, enjoying and celebrating. So I'm looking forward to that because I love your family, dude. Your family's hella cool.
Appreciate it, brother.
And I haven't seen your daughter nearly enough. Who else am I leaving out over here? Pete, Luis has had some really good takes tonight. I mean, everybody, the good doc, everyone's really holding it down in there. Shorty V, always with some good takes and some comic relief. Shorty makes me laugh, man. I don't say it enough, but you do make me laugh. Sometimes I get distracted. I'm like, what was I talking about? So
that's the dangers of looking at the chat, right? while you're podcasting, you're like, what are these guys talking about here? And then you forget what you were talking about, man. But we appreciate y'all, man. Yes. Y'all keep it lively in there.
Yeah. Speaking of you guys, let's go to these phone calls.
Yeah, let's get these calls in, though.
I got Polygon hitting me up. He's reminding me we got the Crow's Nest, and we got to get that started. I got 0 notes for the Crow's Nest right now. So we are going to the phone line right now. We're going to be listening to your messages, and we got quite a few of them because we're kind of up against it right now. I might take one caller. I don't know that I can take more than that. I had a couple people hit me up on Twitter, and I know Hardcore was planning on calling in too. The first one of you that gets in here right now, and I got it open, I got the phone line open, I will take your call, but after that, I'm going to have to shut it down. I apologize. Again, don't take it personally. You can call us back in 2 weeks when we're back on the air, okay?
There you go.
So let's start right here with the 209. Oh, we got a call coming in already from the 562. I'm not going to be premature. I know I got to accept the call.
There you go.
Call from
Lewis.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
It's Luis on the phone calling from San Quentin. Hey, man.
San Quentin.
Sorry,
actually, I'm in Mayport, Florida right now. I'm stationed out here.
Oh, wow.
Right on.
Yeah, I was supposed to be down in Seal Beach, California, and Long Beach, but the Navy put an okie doke on me, and
Oh, man.
I'm doing a tour without my family out here for
Oh,
the next
shit.
2.5 years.
Damn. And you got to deal with that humidity and all that, and you got to deal with Florida, man. Lewis, man, thank you for your service. I want to say thank you for your service.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, I was pissed yesterday because I couldn't watch the game at the bar, and so I had to get Facebook. I don't like Facebook, but I had to get it just to watch the game so I can go Oakland Raiders live and watch it on my damn phone.
I hear you, man. So you're calling in today. What do you want to talk about, brother?
Oh, no, I'm going to just keep it short and simple. Just glad you guys can get me on the radio. I've been listening to you guys for about a month now.
That's what's up.
Cool.
Everything's cool with you guys. I'm glad you guys have a podcast. And, well, the only Raider thing I like to talk about really is about AB. I ain't sweating that man.
Cool.
There you go.
He's our number one for a reason, and he's going to show up week 1.
Yes, sir.
And that's about it. Like, let that man rest his feet.
There you go.
And I just like that he spray painted that helmet silver, though. That was great. He really did.
Hey, that just shows you his head's in the right place, right?
Yep. But, hey, and then I know you guys see me always posting up beer stuff, and I really love beer, you know, but I'm not an alcoholic, but at the same time, I drink a lot of beer. Don't have a problem.
Ain't nothing wrong being a connoisseur, man.
Yeah, my problem is I don't drink enough. But,
Okay.
but anyways, but hey, thanks guys. I don't want to keep it long. Have some other pillagers on, and thanks again. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Luis. I had a question for you really quick before you get off the air. Where are you getting your beers at? Because you get a lot of beers that I've never heard of or seen before.
Yeah.
A lot of real interesting stuff.
So I've been drinking a lot of local beers from out here. Matter of fact, if I can like sneak some on the plane when I take off in September, maybe I could ship you guys some from LA
That'd be cool.
up to there because if I can sneak some somehow or whatever, I don't know.
Well, you could take beer on a
local.
plane. You can actually take beer on a plane. I rolled out to Kansas City with a full 24 pack of Raider cans, so you can do that. Just make sure you wrap those puppies up. You'll be fine.
Yeah, because what got me into like really all that was the Dead Guy Ale. When I heard you guys for the first time, and I saw you guys drink that on the pod, I saw that out here. And I was like, no shit. So I had to get it, and that was the first time I had it. I loved it. And ever since then, man, it's been nothing but local beers for me. I don't buy all that other stuff anymore. I just local beers. So
cool.
That's good, man. Craft beers, man.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in. Well, maybe next time you call in when we have a little more time, we could do a Chelas con Luis segment.
There you go.
And you can break down some of your favorite beers from out there and put us up on game. How about that?
Yeah, and I got a couple spots too in LA, and I think I hit up Che one time too about some places in San Diego because I was stationed out there for a minute.
Yeah.
But no, I got 2 more years till I retire. Believe it or not, I got 17 years in. About to be 18 in October.
Damn.
But again, I said I was going to keep it short, but I'll hit you guys up later. And I'm trying to get out to that New York game. I just got to talk to the wifey. But the only game I'm going to for sure is the one in December against the Chokers in LA. So
there you go.
All right, man. We'll see you in New York, hopefully, man.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully, we'll see you there, brother.
Yeah.
We'll keep our swords crossed.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Pillage on.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah, you too.
Peace.
All right, that was a good call, man. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, that's the exciting thing about beer, right? It's very local now.
Yeah,
you can find out there's so many beers out there.
And I mean, it's like we're like experiencing the beer revolution, right? Like there's, like you said, people don't know because they're not from here, they're not around. So all the local breweries, it's like kind of like your own special little batch. You're like, yeah, man, you guys, what do you guys know about this? You know, so that's dope. I do see Luis posting a lot of these different channels. I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah.
So if you can sneak some, dog, you know, I won't be mad at that. I won't be mad at that.
Because we're I'm sorry, I can't take that call. We're getting to the point now where we're seeing, you know, we're looking for new beers because we've run through a lot of beers.
Oh yeah,
right. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, but I see in the future Chelas con Che being a spin-off podcast and maybe living on its own. We got to get out to 99 bottles in Santa Cruz, where if you drink all 99 bottles, not in one visit.
No one's ever done that.
You get a special place on the wall. But maybe it's an on-location pillaging episode out there.
There you go.
Let's go over here to the 970. This is a two-parter, but it's a short two-parter, so hang with it.
Good morning, fellas. It's G-Paw.
There you go,
Calling
G-Paw.
from beautiful Colorado. I wanted to see how things are going out there. Your podcast is sounding incredible, like normal. I just want to let y'all know that Mike Greenberg just came out and said this might be the beginning of the end with Antonio Brown's frostbitten feet. This guy is ridiculous. These statements. We're going to be just fine. I think this training camp, they're looking good. Keep it up. Any new information coming to the podcast, I would really enjoy it. So, see you soon. G-Paw out.
All right.
Yeah.
It looks like he follows up here real quick.
Hey, fellas. Sorry I had to call back in again. I just knew that the take was not that great. The nation is great right now. I think these trivia questions being asked on Get Up are really ridiculous. They're saying the last Hard Knocks team don't make it to the Super Bowl and all this nonsense. Let's get this dude out of here. What do you think, nation?
G-Paw, man, thanks for calling in. We appreciate you calling in all the time, representing in the Billy of the Biz.
And I'm down to get out anybody who's talking all that smack, man. Let's get them out of there.
And we got sorry, I looks like he called in one last time. Let's get that in.
Hey, fellas. I'm sorry to call again. I finally got my dogs under control and can talk with ease here. I really like all this training camp. I love how the action's moving. Without AB, I know it's rough for a lot of people hearing all these stories of frostbitten feet, all this stuff, but the negativity we're getting on NFL Network, or how it's the beginning of the end for Antonio Brown. All that stuff, I just think it's fuel for the fire for us. We're going to come out and just punch people in the mouth, and I would love to see it. I know all of the Raider Nation would love to see this. Let's go, baby. It's time to get back to Al Davis time. Just win, baby. G-Paw out.
That was a strong way to finish, G-Paw.
Yeah.
Hey, I agree with you. I hate it when they're fluffing this up, man. I like it when they putting this down. It's ammunition for the cannon.
Hey, we love the hate. We love the hate. Hey, keep it that way, man.
Yeah.
It makes it that much sweeter.
Keep packing that musket
That's
down.
right. That's right.
It's about to blow. All right, let's go out here to the 484. This looks like a new area code. I could be wrong, though.
Hey, what's up, Kenny, Shay, Kane? This is Shane. It's
shit.
been a while since I've called.
Yeah.
Mid-season, last time I called.
Yeah.
It's been slow. Waiting for preseason start this Sunday. Just got done binge watching or binge listening to a couple episodes. I fell off for a little bit. When there's no football going on, it's not really like 100% Raiders.
Yeah, we understand.
Centric in my life, so it's not like I was listening. But to get myself hyped for the preseason, I've been binge listening. I'm all caught up now, and just wanted to give you my dream scenario for this season, for the last Oakland season for the Raiders. And it starts with the first two games. We destroy the Broncos, and we defeat Patrick Mahomes to establish our dominance. Maybe we lose a few games, but we have to win the game in London against the Bears.
Okay.
We have to shut down Mac. Probably not going to happen, but it would be so glorious if it did.
Really quick, I'm going to pause right there because I want to catch up. First of all, I appreciate you being honest with us and catching up. And we're not mad if you go away from the podcast in the offseason. We get it. A lot of times we're scraping over here to put something together.
Yeah.
But I do want to tell y'all that leave and return, try to ride with us because first and foremost, we want to inform you.
Yeah.
But we always want to entertain you.
That's true.
And so at the very least, let us help you get you through your workday.
There you go.
You know you're going to have a couple laughs when you listen to us.
You know, if it's the off season especially, you don't have to like be super attentive to us, right? Mm-hmm. But have us on as that background noise, man.
Yeah.
You know, put us on that background noise, and then maybe you might catch a joke or two. Might make you giggle.
We trying to chill. Trying
There
to
you
chill.
go.
And then what else was he talking about right here? Oh, the Bears, the game in London. Look, the London game for me is already a must-win game, and it has nothing to do with the Chicago Bears. It has nothing to do with Khalil Mack. It has everything to do with us having to play in these international games. We got to get over the hump. We got to start winning these. You know we're going to get locked in there.
Yeah.
Let's win that. Let's win that.
Yeah. I agree, man.
Played a few more games. Ideally, 13-3 is where we end. Because there hasn't been a 13-3 winning divisional record for I don't know how many years, but I went back as far as 2015, and none of our teams in our division have gone 13-3. So I think that'd be pretty sweet.
That would be.
Get to the playoffs. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I go on, we have to defeat the Colts as well, because the Colts are the reason we didn't win in the playoffs in 2016. So we have to get that revenge.
A little bit
Get
of
to
a
the
grudge.
playoffs. Ideally, we face the Texans. Get that revenge. You know, what if Derek Carr was healthy? We beat the Texans. And what I want the most, at the AFC Championship game, we dethrone Brady. And especially if we make him fumble. Oh, that'd be so glorious if we could make him fumble. We beat Brady. Cowboys, Raiders, Super Bowl. I know Cowboys suck, blah, blah, blah. I'm from Pennsylvania. I can't stand the Eagles. I'd love to see the Eagles get dethroned by the Cowboys, though. But ideally, we face the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, and we defeat them, and we just, smile and wave at Amari Cooper. Because that's, it'd just be perfect to me. 13-3, Super Bowl champions. That's not a hot take. It's just an ideal scenario. I might call back next week, and I have a few hot takes I think you guys are going to enjoy.
Okay.
Wish you all the best, and go Raiders.
Yeah, man.
Go Raiders,
Go
man.
Raiders, man. Good to hear from you, brother.
Google translated that as hotcakes, and now I'm hungry.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I can go for some hotcakes right now.
Shane, man. Shane's resurrecting that 2016. He's like 13-3, beat the Colts, Raiders, Cowboys, Super Bowl. Remember, that was like the favorite pick, right?
Yeah.
Raiders, Cowboys, Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, actually, the following year. We were supposed to be Raiders, Cowboys that following year. So, hey, I ain't mad at that. I'd love to see us living in that glory land again. We'll see how it all shakes out. Let's see here. Let's go to the 714.
What's up, Pillaging Pod? What's up, Kenny? What's up, Shay? Hey, it's Tommy Moe from the 2-on-1 Fantasy Football Podcast. Man, I just got to call in and talk about this AB stuff real quick. Gave it a night to sleep on it to see how I feel when I woke up, and, I still feel the same way. It just all looks super suspect, man. Everyone coming out with the same relative story, but egregiously worse every single time, all on the same day. 2 days after AB posts on his Instagram that they're going to speak bad on his family's name, on his name, telling his sons that. It just all looks too coincidental, man. I don't know. I'm not trying to say that the stories are 100% false, and that AB isn't crazy enough to quit, to give up $50 million over a helmet. I think we've seen it. He might be crazy enough, but come on, man. Like, for real. Come on. He's really going to do that after how hard he's been working all summer, after how much he wants to prove himself again after leaving the Steelers. It just all seems too coincidental. Of course, not a single person is named as a source, because that's how they all report their facts nowadays is by a source. So who's the source? Who's the disgruntled employee or ex player that got cut? And who's making up stories? Who's leaking it? That's what I want to know. I don't know, man. I don't like it. It all looks bad. And, if it is true, then damn. But I'll believe it, man. I want to hear from AB. I want to see it from him. I want to read it on Twitter or Instagram. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So, we all know AD likes to control his narrative on social media. So, I haven't heard anything from him, and until then, I'm not going to believe no retirement story. I think he's trying to advocate for his helmet, and I give it to him for that. He wants to wear what he wants to wear. I get that, but come on, man. Like, retiring over helmet, all these terrible stories are coming out. Mike Silver, come on. Mike Silver, was he there? He was a fly on the wall the whole time? He's acting like he knows every in and out of what's going on, and they all come out at the same time, same day. So anyway, love the pod. Keep up the good work. Catch y'all week 2 against the Chiefs, and go Raider Nation.
Great call there.
Yeah, appreciate that, brother.
And this call came at 12:30, so it was before you got a chance to hear our takes. And just really quick, be very brief. The story is not false. It's real. He really feels this kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gruden came out and that confirmed it. He talked about it. He addressed it. But the whole thing is a leverage play. Antonio Brown's not going to retire, but he's just trying to. He's playing the strong bluff right now.
Yeah,
he's playing the strong bluff. Let's go to the 561.
What's up, Kenny? What's up, Che? What's up, Pillagers? It's Raiders Annex. Checking in from West Palm Beach. Hey, just calling in. Take a minute to talk about this preseason, how it started out, and what we as Pillagers saw. I mean, the bottom line is it was kind of a boring game, but it's a.
Oh shit! My bad.
What happened there?
Started out and. What we as Pillagers saw, I mean, the bottom line is it was kind of a boring game, but it's the first preseason of the game of the season, so what the hell do you expect?
Right.
It was nice to see some of the young guys out there, seeing how they fit into the whole scheme. Bottom line is they look sharp, they look strong. Again, first preseason game, but we look fast. We look real fast. Love to see Trayvon Mullen out there doing his thing. Abram doing his thing. Farrell doing his thing. And I really love to see Arden Key, playing strong, man. Yeah. He looked bigger. He looked stronger. He looked fast.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really enjoyed that. Defensively, I think we looked pretty good. But again, I understand we're playing against shit, offense, a no-scheme offense. They were just out there making bullshit plays. Blake Bortles was a quarterback for the Rams, so that doesn't mean much. But what I really enjoyed, what I thought was really promising is just the speed of the defense.
Yeah.
The speed of the defense was really, really cool to watch. It was fun to see how these guys are flying around. They actually looked kind of reckless in a positive way. I hope you understand what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm sure you do. We look pretty good. I was actually thinking about why the hell is Hurst playing so much?
Right.
Hurst played a lot, and I wonder if that's if that is somewhat concerning. Like they're putting him out there to play as much as he did because they're not convinced that he can actually do the job. And frankly, that concerns me a little bit because he made some mistakes. So we'll see. I like Maurice Hurst, and I hope that he can be a guy that we can count on long term. But the fact that he played that much tells me that he's almost fighting for a spot.
Don't make too much out of it again. That position is injured right now, so he's out there based on need. John did address that in the press conference. Didn't call out Mo specifically, but in general, guys got more time than they were slotted to get just because we're dinged up.
Right.
We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, just going by the optics of game one. But I'd love to see Key. Key was actually playing deep into the game as well, so maybe I'm just making a little too much out of nothing, and they're just trying to get these guys reps. I wouldn't be surprised if Hurst and Key don't play game 2, which actually would be a really good thing and would be a good sign for their position. Aside from that, Butler, the running back, please cut him now. DeAndre Washington.
To be continued.
I keep forgetting about your 2-minute rule, so I'll try to keep this within 2 minutes.
It's not my rule.
Backfield, running backs, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Richard, Curtis Martin,
Doug Martin,
DeAndre Washington. You cut Keith Smith, you keep Ingold, and that's your backfield. Okay. I think that would actually be something that I would be happy with. I like DeAndre Washington. I think he pushes. I think he's a strong kid, and frankly, he's cheap, so we got to keep him, man. Aside from that, I think our wide receiving core is pretty much set in stone. Love that video of Renfro with the cam on his helmet making all those catches, dog. That shit was fucking fun to watch.
That was dope.
And frankly, those passes were zooming. The fact that he caught every single one of them was really, really cool. I think, once again, not getting too hyped up. It's preseason, but I'm really happy with where our boys are, and I hope that AB comes back, everything falls in place, and we can fucking rock the house, man. Raider Nation, Kenny and Che, keep kicking ass, man. Watched your thing yesterday in the preseason game. That was a lot of fun. You guys keep up the good work. We'll talk soon, man. Get me on that 2-minute drill. I'll kill it. Peace out, fellas. Later.
All right.
Peace out.
We'll get you on
Raiders
there,
saying, man.
We'll get you on there. You're on the list. We're going to go through Pillagers, and then we'll get back to having some bigger name guests on, and we'll get them the 2-minute drill. But you guys have waited patiently. It's your turn. Thank you, man, for tuning into the Tailgate Show. Again, that Tailgate Show is going to be going down every home game. Subscribe and click that little bell so you get notified. I can't tell you exactly what time it goes, so just be on the lookout.
Yeah, get that notification, man.
Mm-hmm. I think you meant Doug Martin, not Curtis Martin. That's a big callback. Yeah. Curtis Martin's like, what? Curtis Martin heard that right now. He's like, what? But yeah, I see what you're saying.
What's up, my pillagers, man? First time calling in, man. I thought I'd try to call in.
There you go.
Watch Raider, man. What's going on?
I thought that was you, man.
Just want to give my thoughts on the game, man, last night. Man, I'm proud of the defense, bruh. We looked at like a real defense out there yesterday, man.
Really did.
The offense, not worried about it. Couldn't really run the ball, because the line wasn't beefed up like it, should be, but couldn't really run the ball. Proud of the wide receivers, man. The tight ends played pretty good too, man. They saved Glennon on a lot of plays. Mm-hmm. So I was liking that, man. But the main thing to me, man, was the defense, man. They was running that 8-gap blitz a lot, man. Yes. It was working. And secondary was flying around. We was around the ball. D-line got up in there. Linebackers looked stable. You know what I'm saying? We look like a stable defense out there, man. We was able to win the game. So, yeah, I'm just calling in, man, saying what's up. Watch Raider, man. Gonna be back with some more videos. I'm just waiting to after the second game, man. I want to see some consistency.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. That's a good call.
But let me get out of here, man. I will be tuning in on the show, man. I support all my Raider vloggers and podcasts and channels and stuff like that, man. But proud of the youngsters, man, on the defense. Proud of Chucky, man. He got us right, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I like how Chucky running the squad, man. We looking straight. So, with that being said, Raider Nation for life. I'm out.
Yeah, fantastic call, Watts, man.
Great call, Watts.
Calling some more. Watts is one of the hardest working men out there in the independent Raiders media game.
Hell yeah, man.
He's on all the shows, and he's very interactive, and he's always putting out videos of his own, so he's drenched in Raider knowledge. I like it. He's saturated in silver and black.
There you go. There you go.
So I appreciate that. The A-Gap Blitz, man, we spent a lot of time last season talking about that, talking up PG. Yeah. Didn't see as much of it as we'd liked during the season, but now that we're seeing it in the preseason, tells me, because they don't usually like to show these packages in the preseason, tells me he's got a lot up his sleeve if he's willing to show some of these cards.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And actually kind of doubling back to the previous caller, Raider Xanax, and this relates to Watt's call too, with the defense getting after it. Remember, these two teams practiced against each other for 2 straight days.
That's right.
And I think it was Rich Gannon during the telecast. They were asking him, do these guys pull up, or are they getting after it? He's like, these guys are trying to eat. These guys are trying to make the squad.
Exactly.
There's no holding back.
Right.
And so I think after 2 days of practice, and Whitehead even said in that first day, he felt like their defense got the W. You know, after practicing, these guys know what it is. They know they're going between the lines. They know they're going to be on television and everyone's watching. So not only I think that they were fighting for jobs, but after 2 heated days of practice and we had that flare up, I think they were also playing for a little bit of bragging rights too after the end of all that.
Well, definitely respect, right?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, man, you guys are going to respect us. If anything comes out of this, you're going to respect us.
Yeah.
So, man, I like it. I like that heated competition, man.
I think they were playing for the W. I think they were a little bit.
Yeah.
As a team, at least the Raiders, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you shouldn't go into anything trying to lose.
Nah.
Right?
No.
You should be trying to win everything, man.
Everything.
You trying to throw back your, fruit cup first, bro. You do that too, man. I beat you, dog.
We got 2 more calls and we're going to get out of here. This is the 760.
What up, fellas? John, a.k.a. C. John Fish, down here in Oceanside. First
go.
of all, I want you to know that it is
Welcome
71
back.
degrees with a 3-mile-an-hour wind right now, 67% humidity. Thought you'd appreciate that from the crow's nest.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for the shout out on Instagram. My family was all pumped up that you guys noticed the T-shirt.
Yeah, brother.
I'm going to be up there for the Lions game at least at this point, so hoping I might be able to get in on that 2-minute drill, if you know what I'm saying. But outside of that, I just wanted to say something about AB. Like, honestly, I don't give a fuck about any news until it's the regular season with him.
There you go.
Good.
With Gruden, I think it's all a smokescreen. Like we don't know what's coming. We don't know if it's left, right, up, or down, or fucking. I don't even know. I'm pretty lit. I'm walking the dog. I won't waste any more time. Pillage on, fellas.
Thanks for calling in, John.
Yeah, C. John. Yeah, I had to shout C. John Fish out on IG because he was out there. He took a nice photo of him with his daughter and his wife. And he just so happened to have that pillaging tee on, man.
Fresh.
You could just see that pillaging tee peeking out of the bottom of the shot. So I was like, hey, man, I got to shout you out right now.
Hey, shout out DC40 Custom Tees. You get yourself a crispy pillaging tee. Season's about to start, so get your orders in, DC40CustomTees.com. Very affordable pricing, nice quality T-shirt. You're going to like it. The print, it stays, man. I've been washing mine. They still look great.
There you go.
And they don't fade, so I like that. My Felonious fan shirt gets a lot of wear. Yeah, man, we hope to see you out there Lions game and even more. But what I'm noticing is a trend here is not everyone's buying all the bullshit, man. I think the Pillagers are finally coming around. I can't speak for all of Raider Nation, but
right.
I know our little gang, we're not jumping off of cliffs right now. So I like that. Final call, Che. Should we take it?
Of course.
All right, this is 719. This is the call I could not take live on air. So it's a doozy of a message. Let's hang in there and listen to this, and we'll get about.
What up, Pillagers? Wanted to talk to you guys live, but I know you guys are on a tight time schedule. But, yeah, I just want to talk about a couple things. This Hardcore Raider. Last year was like in preseason, and Rich Gannon, Matt Millen, in one of our preseason games, they were talking about there's a lot of, people out there that wanted the Raiders to fail. And, we've all known that, but, I really think the media and stuff amped it up to a whole nother level last year. Like to a level that, I can't remember it being that bad, and for obvious reasons, Gruden, that contract, Mac, Cooper, all that. But, I've seen a lot of people jumping ship off the Raider train, man, and it really kind of torqued me in the wrong way. And, I guess, you could say I kind of waged war on enemies, foreign and domestic,
Do what you got to do, man.
Hate kills a team, and us Raider Nation, we're the ones that feed this team. And, I think that's just huge. And so, when all that stuff happened, that's how I came across your guys' channel last year. And, I don't even listen to, for the most part, unless they use our Raider name in their mouth, I don't even watch other stuff, You guys, Verse Fan Cave, Mikey, that's my Raider content. Cool. And so I just want to say, man, you guys have meant a lot to me. I just got done, putting in just some long hours, working a regular job, and then, doing stuff on the side. I converted this piano built in 1895 into a bench seat because I do custom carpentry stuff. But you guys really helped me with that long mission. That was like a 6-8 month deal there. Wow. And, I just want to say, thank you guys for that. And, guys like you with all the hate, like you guys have, really helped me and helped Raider Nation. I had some family member fallouts last year. So, we're kind of on a hiatus from talking, but, you guys have been like family to me. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys. And then, I got a question for you guys. I just want to know, what is it going to take for us to beat the Chiefs? Give us the game plan, what you guys think we got to do to beat the Chiefs. And then, one other question, what is the number one, or is team unity the number one thing for us to have a successful year this year? Is team unity the number one thing for the Raiders to have success this year? And give me your guys' opinion. I love you guys, man. You guys mean a lot to me. You guys are like family. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys. And, going to keep bringing the heat all year long, man. There's only one nation. It's Raider Nation. 2019 year of redemption. Love you guys. I'm out.
Hey, love you too, bro.
Hey, great call. Hey, thanks, Hardcore, man.
Really
we appreciate
good.
You, brother.
And again, once again, I said it last week, very generous donation, Hardcore.
Yeah.
We had to get a lot of new gear to pull this off yesterday, and your donation really helped us to get to the finish line.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Big time.
Hell yeah.
So two really good questions. I'll give you my really quick, strategy to beat the Chiefs. It's the run game. Keep that offense off the field.
There you go.
That's not an offense you're going to stop for 4 quarters. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just not. We said Mahomes is going to regress a little bit. Even if Mahomes regresses, he's still the Pro Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
I know y'all don't want to hear that, but that's just the facts. Run game. Keep him off the field. Dirty. Just like we beat the Broncos 2 years ago, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Denver Kirkland was a big part of that victory.
Mm-hmm.
Just stuff it down their throat. Keep them off the field.
That jumbo package, huh? Jumbo package.
What's your strategy to beat the Chiefs?
I can't disagree with running the ball, keeping their offense off the field, but I think you got to make an impact early. You got to make something happen early, man. There's got to be a big play that sets the tone, right? And that's what we're talking about. Jonathan Abram, KJ, all these cats, they got chips on their shoulders, man. These guys should have some chips on their shoulders because, as you've been hearing, the media doesn't care too much for this team. Okay, they got a lot of negatives to say.
Yeah.
So I expect them to be out there on the field with some chips on their shoulder, trying to prove something.
Mm-hmm.
We already know the rooks are out there trying to. And Abram probably pissed off right now that I just said the word rook, right? But we already know that the rookies got a lot to prove, and they're trying to make it happen now, right? They're not trying to wait to prove that they should have been picked. They're trying to make it happen now. So you go out there, you hit them early. I don't know what it is. It could be a big hit on Kelsey. A big hit on Kelsey. I'll say it again. It could be a big hit on Hill. Okay. A big hit on Hill. I'll say it one more time. Big hit on Hill. Because we already know we don't like that motherfucker, okay? But we got to do something to set the tone early in the game. And I expect the offense to do that, right? Use that size, that beef up front to run that ball down their throat. But I also expect the defense to do something that lets them know, yeah, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're here. Mm-hmm. So there's got to be a big play early in that game. We cannot let them hit the ground running, get the ball rolling. That's the key. And I think what he said about the second question, that team unity, it's absolutely the most important thing for this team, okay? Because even if we do struggle, that's what's going to get us through the season. That's what's going to get us through to the other side. We already know what the season looks like without unity.
Yeah.
Okay? We saw a lot of that shit last season.
2017 and 2018.
Yeah.
2017 with all the Jack Del Rio, Mike Tice shit.
Yeah.
And then last year with the Mac and the Cooper trades.
Yeah. Yeah.
Torpedoed us.
Yeah, man. And so we hope that that's what's being built right now, right? That there's this close-knit family in that locker room and that they're going to go out there and they're going to fight for one another like a family should. And they're going to rep us. And as long as we're doing that, even if we do fall, or even if we do have struggles, we're going to be all right. As long as that sustains.
We going to be all right.
We going to be all right. That's right, man. That's right. That's what I expect, man.
And just because I like talking about beating the Chiefs, just to underline everything we just said, set the tone early. I like that.
Yeah.
And if you can get a turnover out of it, even better.
That's it.
Take a shot early.
We were talking about tip drills earlier. Let's do a little tip drill.
Let's do it.
Some people are like, there's another.
Yeah.
It's a whole other meaning to that, Chad. I know.
Let me put the head in. Take a shot early, though. Get on the board. You don't want to get behind in this game, but sit on that run. We talked about before, I said early in the offseason, my biggest concern about the team is depth on the offensive line.
Yeah.
But when your offensive line is decimated, the best thing you can do for them is get on a roll with the run game. I feel good about the right side of this line. I know Denver Kirkland is inconsistent and unproven, but he is a big dude.
Yeah.
79 is a wide load.
Yeah.
And he's nestled. I think he's going to play on the right. He's going to be nestled between Hudson and Brown.
Yeah.
And those are two cats that can help him out.
Oh, yeah.
And John likes to run off the right side. So I'm concerned. It's going to be a tough game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, but it is at the Oakland Coliseum.
Absolutely.
You and I are going to be there. We're going to be loud.
You know that. Oh, you know that.
You goddamn right.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. So, there's a way to beat the Chiefs, and I think that's the way you do it. Thanks for the call, Hardcore. That was probably the call of the night, to be honest.
Hell yeah, man.
Between you and Raider Watts, but those questions push it over the top. Those are good questions.
Yeah, man.
I like the regular season question in week 1 of the preseason. I like that. Let's look ahead. Let's do our homework. Let's do some shout-outs, man.
Yeah, shout-outs.
Shout out to Nick Cripp. He sounds like a tough guy. Shout out to Joseph Ocon, Oak, California. Luigi Too Far. He's like the regular Luigi, but he takes things a little too far. Shout out to RJ. Shout out to Raider 1, Patrick Sebstead, Eric Nardoza, Sherry Gilbert, Ballesteros, RJ Barker, Chase Fry, Childish Ambino. That's a good one. Q Matrix 2, Nicholas Raymond, None Ya Business. Shout out to Raider Herc, Dead Bear Skull. That's interesting. That kind of creeps me out. Shout out to Dana Fusco, Raider Ren, Draft Mate, Raider Rowdy, Jerry Spoom, Cameron Park, APC Tide, Brunaside Incorporated, Raider Jeff, Dare Bear, Tweeter Champ, Stockton Raider, Raider Maley, and Chili FM. Chili FM. They're like a podcasting service. Maybe check them out if you got a podcast.
Okay.
They encourage interactive chat during your podcast. But we already got that.
There you go.
But shout out to you anyways.
There you go. Yeah.
Shout out. What you got?
I got a few. Sorry, man. I was almost choked on my own spit.
Get it out.
Shout out to Wyatt Bud 3. Shout out DJ Dirty Drew. Shout out to Silver and Black Sweden. That's right, Sweden.
Wow.
Sweden, y'all. Okay. Shout out Elite Cardenas. Shout out Dude H69. And shout out to Dapper Dan 16. Shout out to Dapper Dan, man. He sent us a few shots from training camp. He sent a bunch of pictures in the DM.
Wow.
And he was like, yo, feel free to use these. And I just turned around. I grabbed one. He got a shot of the back of one of the crew members from the Hard Knocks crew.
Uh-huh.
He got a shot of that. I posted that. That's the one that I sent out on IG, man.
With the gray T-shirt?
Yeah, the gray jacket. Yeah, our shirt, whatever it was. But yeah, so the day that we premiered, I posted that out. I told everybody, hey, get out there, man. So shout out Dapper Dan. We appreciate that, dog.
Yeah, Dapper Dan, man. I have a pleasure working alongside Dapper Dan. Really cool guy, great Raiders fan, funny dude. Actually sends us a lot of the questions, most of the questions that appear in the 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
So it's out of my hands now. So you get mad at Dan if you want to, if you're frustrated with the drill, because he's been sending me some doozies. Dapper Dan's cool, and he's come by the tailgate more than a few times.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
And by the way, it sounds like they got their RV up and running. But if anything happens, Dan, like we talked before, you always got a seat in the van. We'll come pick you up.
Absolutely.
You know we got you. On YouTube, shout out to Carlos Claudio, Daniel Jones, Frosty Goat, and Jose Juarez. And big shout out to Dirt Lot Football. Big shout out. Got to ride up to Modesto, give you a big hug on Friday. You run that joint. Shout out to Coach's Corner in Modesto. That's a cool little bar. Shout out to Rich and Michelle for holding down A Lot Row 4. Michelle, I know you weren't out there early, but you're out there every week anyways, and I got to see you on Friday too. You guys are like family to us. Rich, we talked about you at the top of the show. The Arizona crew again, Marlene and the kids that were out there. You guys are fun. It's cool to meet you guys. And anyone we've met at the tailgate, or anyone we met last Saturday, or anyone we're going to meet this year, hope to see a lot more of you out at the Collie.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be a hell of a year, bro.
It is, man. It is. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
But we got to get out of here. This has been a beefy show.
Yeah.
Con carne. Big one. Meaty.
Oh, that kind of side that was on point yesterday.
It was good.
That was on point.
Shout out to Artiagas, man.
Yeah.
That's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. Please donate to the show if you are so inclined. Shout out to DC40 Custom Tees. And make sure to listen to our network partners, the Ladies of Darkness, Put on Waivers Podcast, the East Coast Nation, them No Ledge Boys, the Inebrination Podcast, and the brand new Blackout Podcast. First episode just came out last week, and the Crow's Nest Podcast recording right after this. Until then, keep the wind in your sails and the rub in your mug, and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Chick,
and we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.
Just win, baby.